What's up, and welcome to the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is. Shout out to everybody that is here today, and of course, those that will be joining us as we go through today, man. Got a fun show planned, obviously, man. Talking a little bit of this Bucks matchup. Obviously, we got to talk some of this training camp as well, man. The guys officially leaving Latrobe, having joint practices back in the Berg yesterday and today. So we'll talk about that. Obviously, got the homie TG gonna tap in with us at 5 o'clock. Can't wait to catch up with him, see his thoughts on some of the stuff that's happening around Steelers Nation. Obviously, we know we got the game we got to talk about. We obviously know we're not going to get a lot of guys, but we are going to get certain guys, man, that didn't play last week that will be out there this week. So obviously that is something that we do need to talk about, certain things to just kind of have our eyes on. And let's see. Oh, last time we were in here, Cam Heyward hadn't spoke yet. Cam spoke after we got done, though, on Monday. So obviously we'll have to, address some of that as well, man. But like I said, either way, super excited about today's show, man, and everything that we got planned, man, as we continue getting closer and closer to the regular season. We obviously know this is the second preseason game, man. A lot of evaluations, a lot of information out there also, but we just getting closer and closer and closer to the real thing, man. So like I said, definitely enjoying that. Let's see, man. Couple of announcements though on the front end of this thing, right? Since I do see y'all all in here tapping in. Shout out to all of you, baby. Let's get it. But couple of announcements on the front end, man. New content dropping, right? We obviously know we had the streams earlier this week, man. Me and Mark Bergen, we did our post-game reaction or live reaction day after the game, man. We'll obviously do that again this upcoming week, so definitely get ready to tap into that. Hopefully not too early on Sunday, but y'all catch my drift, though, all right? So like I said, man, me and Mark will do that, man. So definitely tap in with that 11 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday, man. We'll give a live reaction to the game, man. Kind of our instant quick thoughts on and stuff like that. Obviously on Tuesdays, right? Y'all just saw that this past Tuesday, me and Tanisha from the Really Flawed YouTube channel, man, we got a chance to connect, man, do a live streaming. That's going to be something that's going to happen every Tuesday, man, where me and her get a chance to just kind of recap, give our thoughts on the game, and then, turn the page to what we're looking forward to in the next matchup as well, man. So definitely tap into that also. Like I said, man, I see a lot of y'all engaging with the video, some positive comments, good comments as well, man. So salute to all of y'all rocking out with that as well. And let's see, man. And then we just dropped a new membership video as well. If y'all talking about Up Room members, all right. As I said on the last stream, I've been neglecting y'all, all right. I was in the dark. All right, but now the wool has been removed from my eyes and I see. All right, so I got content for y'all, man. I will make sure that I'm a little bit more intentional about members and just members in general, along with all of the other free content that we do have on the channel, man. But like I said, man, did want to tap in with the members, man. So it was cool to drop that quick little members only video last week or earlier this week, excuse me, where we got a chance to see the new studio, man, the ins and outs of it, man. So like I said, man, every week, man, I'm going to try to just drop a little cool video, man. Just give you a little bit more of the personal side. Since y'all are members, that means y'all really rocking with the boy. So, of course, I'm going to make sure I show love back, all right? But like I said, definitely tap in on that. And then for all my Master Moats film session people out there, man, we did drop some new tape, man. Just came out probably about 30 minutes ago, low key. But I say so, man, definitely tap into that, man. Had a couple of plays, man, that I wanted to just talk about from that Steelers-Jaguars matchup, man. Just highlight a couple of things, man. Darnell Washington related, Caleb Johnson related, and company, man. So, like I said, man, if y'all haven't had a chance to tap in on that, definitely tap in on that one, man. All right. But yeah, man, definitely digging it, man. Like I said, man, we got plenty more in the works, man, especially, like I said, as the season gets here, man. So definitely tap in on all of that. But trying to think. What else did we have? Now, I will say this quick update wise, the subscribers only chat definitely got rid of all the freaky bots. It worked last stream. It's worked like the past stream and a half. And so far, so good again today. So that's going to be the vibe, all right? Keep the freaky bots out, but, you got to be subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your comment off, all right? So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, obviously. But yeah, man. But hopefully everybody is good out there, man. What's the vibes today, man? We obviously are on Friday Junior. Shout out to Thursday shows and everything like that. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all are getting into though, man. How y'all spending this here Thursday before we get too far into this thing, man, and start it up. Let me check the temperature real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, hey now. I see some people in here. I see. Yeah, see, I don't even know how to butcher your name, but I'm gonna butcher it. I'm just gonna put your thing on the chat, man. But yes, thank Lord them bots had wild picks. And that was my thing. Like, not only were they wild picks, I'm like, they just keep popping up. I'm like, no, man, I can't let y'all think that I'm condoning this and I'm cool with this. You're either coaching it or you're allowing it to happen. I had to make sure y'all knew that was not my energy. All right, get them up out of here. Had to get them up out of here. Now, Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life, said this kid's first day back to school was today, man. Salute on that, man. My little ones head back in a week. My little ones and my college girl, man. Everybody going next week, man. It's about to get lonely. Then me and wife will be in here having all the free time. Hey, now, but I say super excited about that. But yeah, man, definitely not looking forward to my little ones getting up out the house. Like, nah, y'all supposed to be here. All right. I know we got the ones that want to get up out and the ones want to hold on to them. I'm like, yo, stay with me, pretty please. All right, stay. You can chill here. All right. So I'm gonna be a little sad about that, but obviously we'll have you guys in the chat to keep me occupied. All right. So shout out. Let's see what everybody else is getting into. What we got? All right, Colin Man in the 180. He says, ready for the weekend. Another day in sunny paradise in the 520 Tucson, Arizona. Shout out to Tucson, Arizona, man. And yes, man. Nothing like another beautiful day in paradise. Heck, man, anytime we alive and above ground, baby, it's paradise to me. So let's get it. And yes, X Concepts, appreciate you. The bots were extra freaky. Yes, and we don't want no more freaky extra bots in here, man. All right, we family friendly for the most part. All right, so y'all know how we do it, man. Hey, Latham, don't you start that either. All right, we ain't making no new little ones over here for the time being that I know of. All right, Lord willing. Please, no rush. Anybody want to have new babies, baby? Y'all have them over that way. We'll celebrate you. Heck, I'll even send a baby gift. But no new Moses out here. All right, we won't know any more new ones. All right, we are good. We are all the way good. All right. So with that being the case, though, man, feeling good, man. I think we should go ahead and get ready to spark this thing off, man. It is, like I said, a Thursday show. Who's even playing tonight, too? Because I know we got the game. See who got the game tonight, man, before we get this all the way active real quick. Let me see. Is there a game tonight, actually? Oh, no preseason game tonight? Lame. All right. Well, all good then. All good. Guess we'll get chill. We'll get to chill before we start the football weekend off again. All right, with Friday, Saturday, Sunday action. Yeah, man, they spoiled me last week, man. We had all that football going on, man. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? Hey, man, I really didn't do anything from like Thursday to Sunday night. I really just sat on the chair, just watched the game the whole time. I need that again. All right, football season is here. Y'all know what football season is for the guys. Let us live, man. Let us live. But anywho, man, let's get this thing sparked off the right way because we do have plenty to discuss today, man. So you already know the drill. Drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from. So that way I can give you that big boy shout out to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I'm going to just selfishly plug it. Shout out to my K's Beauty Bar t-shirt too. All right. So my wifey got her nails done. That made me feel sweet when she come home with them nice little fingers. I'll be like, oh, girl, I see you. I'm gonna rock the t-shirt for y'all then. All right. I like how you doing it over there. But yeah, man. Shout out to old K's Beauty Bar. All right. But let's get it. The homie Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life in the 559 Visalia, California. Shout out to Visalia. Tito. Shout out to you, Tito, as well, man. You back, huh? There's multiple lives in a row. I know you be on the ground working, but you back. Always good to see you in the 817 Dallas, Texas, aka Trinity Groves. Shout out to Trinity Groves. Lamont Curry in the Trenton, South Carolina, the 803. Shout out to Trenton, South Carolina as well, man. Of course, my homie Michael Hyrek in the 724 Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Always love that. Buzz down, always happening in the area, every Bay Area. Shout out to my Cali folk. If you know King Cam 901 in the 901 Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Memphis, baby. Shout out to Memphis. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, black and yellow Texas still. You know how we do it, baby. We live, baby. Of course we live, baby. Shout out to you. Always good to see you in the building. The Don Hefe Quan getting his education on. He say he at school. Hey, I like when you're at school. Multitask, all right? I likes it. And then let's see. DJ Lundy. Of course, I got to shout you out. Mr. 757 Norfolk VA, a.k.a. The Crib. You already know. And then let's see, who will we end it on? Man, we stand on Cali today. Shout out to Shay Z in the 209 Modesto, California. Shout out to Modesto. Shout out to California. Shout out to every single body that is rocking out. And of course, I said I was going to stop, but you know I can't stop when Leah Warren in the building, the 254 Colleen, Texas. Shout out to you, Leah. Hope all is well. Football season back. All right, we right here. It's almost game day. I know you hype because I'm hyping. If I'm hyping, you hype. It's a party. So come on, let's get it. And shout out, man. Usually, we start this thing off and I got something to get off my chest. But when the super flows on the front end, sometimes you let the super chat take the lead. So with that being the case, what up, Jules? Appreciate you from the heart for the super chat and your support for the channel, man. It means a lot. You already know this, player. But let's tap in. What up, Jules says, what are you feeling about our QB competition? It'll be hard to cut Skyler for the rookie after the first game. Blessings to you and your family. Salute to you. What up, Jules? And I do appreciate you, like I said, man, for the kind words and support. I think a couple of things, though. I think that, number one, Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson did an excellent job of controlling what you control. And what I mean is this. We knew in that first game, man, a lot was going to be placed on how those two guys did specifically, right? Regardless of how well or not well they played, it would matter so much more because they were out there. Whereas with Will Howard, the rookie, understand he had the injury, but being a draft pick, it kind of felt like, man, he really can't do anything bad going forward, right? Just because you're not going to see him. So with that being the case, I thought that both Mason and Skyler controlled what they can control, meaning Mason was out there. He was clean, led a scoring drive, looked good, looked accurate, looked in command of the offense. Say the exact same thing about Skylar Thompson, but he had a longer opportunity and his numbers even reflected the production, right? So when I look at how Skylar and how Mason performed, I'm like, man, both of those dudes I thought showed that they are NFL players, right? Not JV guys trying to show they could play at the NFL level, legit NFL players, right? Not world beaters, not starters just yet, but guys that you feel confident can get the job done in certain scenarios. So with that, I will say, man, I think that Skyler has to continue it. I don't think he could just play well last week and then go out there and play average or bad this week. I think that him playing bad this week would still, hurt him in the sense of how him and Will Howard are still in competition. But I do think that for him, man, every opportunity that he has in practice is gaining, is continuing to put separation. Every opportunity that he's going to get in stadium is putting separation because it's no longer speculation. We're not saying he can or can't do something. He's actually going out there and showing what he can or cannot do. Whereas with Will Howard, the longer he's out, the evaluation and the conversation surrounding him specifically becomes more speculative. And that's the cautionary part with Will. Now, the benefit of Will is this. A couple of things. He's young, so he's cheap. All right. Young and cheap is always a great scenario, especially when you're injured and you're trying to prove yourself. All right. Because that buys you time. The next thing I'll say is this. I don't think that you would be able to realistically get Will to sit on the practice squad, not in the sense of him not wanting to, but in the sense of if you put him on the practice squad, I do think another team would have interest in signing him and they would just poach him off of our practice squad. And now there's nothing that we could do about that. So I don't think we would go that route. I think if we were going to go the practice squad route for one of those guys, I think Skylar Thompson would be more of the person that we would consider there just because your thought process is if I release him, how many teams are going to be trying to sign him right now? Whereas we're familiar with him, we could want him a part of our system, but not necessarily thinking of him as a starter. Whereas with Will Howard, there are going to be some teams with him being a rookie, with him having the success that he had at Ohio State and just how the draft fell, that are going to consider him, that are going to have that, hey, man, let's get him into our system. Maybe he can sit behind this quarterback and learn. So that's the part where I do think for Will, he still should be good in terms of making the active roster. But those are some of the things surrounding that quarterback competition right now and just how I see it playing out, man. But I think Scott Thompson did an awesome job making a strong case for himself out the gate. And now it's going to be on him to, like I said, man, just continue forth with that, man. But I like it. I like it though early on, man. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. What up, Juice? Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. Like I said, man, I'm digging this, man. Anytime we get a chance to tap in on a beautiful day like today. And like I said, anytime we're alive, man, it's a beautiful day. That's how I look at it, man. But to me, man, I just think that, this is the fun part about it, man. We are no longer doing the what if, what can, what is he, this, he's that. It's like, yo, we are actually watching Skylar Thompson go out there and play games. And when we talked about Skylar, the reason why I had the confidence is because I said, I've seen him in the stadium, man. I've seen that dude, Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, wild card game on the road. And he showed up. He played good. And you can just see that type of confidence. You can see the experience that the moment doesn't appear too big for him. Now, that still doesn't, mean that his skill and his consistency and all these other things are going to just naturally, improve to Hall of Fame or MVP level. But there is a certain level of confidence that you have in those type of players because they've done it before. They've seen it before. And I think that that's the promising thing about Skylar Thompson right now. All righty. Oh, I see y'all trying to just have a little fun today. All right. I was about to go to another topic and start the show like I like to start it, but my man Tito with the good vibes, showing love, man, blessing the channel with the super chat. So I appreciate you from the heart, Tito. But let's tap in. Let's talk about it. He says, Moats, if you had to bet on one player having a breakout year that nobody's talking about, who would it be? I like your question. Excellent question. Okay. Who it would be in terms of that breakout player that nobody is talking about? I'll go with two players, actually. Give me Zach Frazier on offense. I think that he will make Pro Bowl, and I think that he will show that he is all pro caliber, man, based off of everything that he was showing last year. I think that the second year growth that he's ready to have and has already been showing in training camp, already been showing at times with, like I said, throughout this preseason process, he's the guy to me that I just think that he's ready to go to another level, because last year I thought that he was already on that Pro Bowl caliber, and that was out the gate, and he wasn't even talked about to that extent. I mean, if you weren't a West Virginia Mountaineer, you weren't really talking a ton of Frazier, right? All right, in terms of like him coming in. But watching how this dude has developed, watching how he's still the quiet guy, but is still out there manhandling folk, to me, that would be the guy that I would say. And I think that he's also going to be a huge part of why our offensive line is a lot better this year. We obviously know everybody is looking at Broderick Jones, right? Because that's the tackle spot. He's the guy that we need to see more improvement from. But Zach Frazier, to me, what he has already shown in terms of his floor, and now we're talking about what's the next step for him. I think that that's the guy that can go from just being oh man, we feel good about this guy, to, hey, the same way we were talking about pouncing. We're like, yo, we got one of them guys up front. I look at Zach Frazier and I say, man, you can be that type of dude, man. Nothing's stopping you from being that, man. I think he's also professional enough about his craft, about his work, that's also going to back that up as well, man. So it's not a guy that has had success and now it's like, oh, he lets it go to his head. Nah, he looks like the type that's like, yo, I don't care about what they're saying about me positively or negatively. This is what I do. And to me, I'm going to go with him, man. And then on defense, shoot, man, the guy that I wanted it to be this whole time was Corey Trice, but the injuries, man, I just don't know. I don't know. So with that, I will probably go breakout. I'm torn between JPJ and Peyton Wilson. What I mean is this. I could see JPJ getting me 3 picks this year, 4 picks this year, really stepping up, making some splash impact plays. But I also can see Peyton Wilson going over 100 tackles this year, man. Like, get him, 110 in that range, 115. just because of the amount of snaps he will be out there playing and his confidence and his ability to not just play the run, but also cover as well, man. I think both of those guys defensively I'm torn between. And I think both of those guys, not just are they talented enough, not just are they going to get the snaps, but they also play the sexy positions that we're also going to all be able to be like, yo, that's real. We can see the growth. That's real. We can feel the production. Whereas obviously with Zach Frazier, that's going to be one of those at the end of the year when we talk about how well the O-lines played, or at the end of the year when they're giving out individual accolades, we'll point and say Frazier. But unless you're watching O-line like that, you're not going to notice that per se. But to me, man, Peyton Wilson and JPJ, I'm like, yo, one of those two are ready. One of those two are going to take that next step. I lean personally more Peyton Wilson just because he doesn't have anything that's going to keep him off the field. Whereas with JPJ, you know you're going to have some Darius Slay, some Jalen Ramsey impact, right? I just don't know how that matchup affects and impacts his production. But at inside, I'm like, yo, Peyton Wilson, you next to PQ, man. Yeah, you're going to be free. You're going to be able to do what you want to do, man. And I just think that for me, I lean a little bit more on Peyton Wilson's side right there, man. But I like this though, man. That's pretty dang on fire. But shoot, Tito, man, that's an excellent question. But can we get a little interactive? Can y'all let me know in the comment section who you guys think will be the breakout player this year that nobody's talking about? I told you my guys, right? I had Zach Frazier on offense. On defense, I'm going to go Peyton Wilson, but honorable mention, JPJ. You guys let me know in the comment section, though, man. Who is your breakout player going to be this season? Let's see what the gang is saying. Ooh, okay. Tom Jade. I like it. Tom Jade's going with Roman Wilson for his breakout player. Okay. Broderick Jones is going for, OKC Thunder is saying Broderick Jones for his breakout player. And no, we're not saying specifically rookies. We're just saying the breakout player that nobody is talking about, right? That's the guy where the person that isn't the most common name right now, the one that when we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, we don't look at him and say, hey, he would surprise us, or DK Metcalf would surprise us. Nah, we know them dudes, but we're saying who is that guy that we think will have that breakout season that nobody is just, or not the consensus are expecting them to play at that type of level. Okay. Ooh, Windog says Nick Herbig. I was just writing about Nick earlier today as well, man. Shout out to Herbig, man. Ooh, Sean Moonstamaze. I do agree. Darnell Washington. Come on, Mountain Washington. You saw what he looked like in his last preseason game, man. He's actually the first play we're talking about on the Master Most film session that just dropped, man. Dude went up top and went on there and got that thing. Come on, man. Big body bends. Love to see it. The Don Hefe Quan says, give me some redemption project with Keanu Benton. Getting back. I like it. Bust down feels that Jonnu Smith is going to have the breakout season. Now, Jonnu's interesting, especially with him coming off of his most productive season as a professional, right? Just had his first Pro Bowl season in Miami last year and just signed his biggest, highest, contract extension that's going to pay him with $12 million per year. So yeah, I like that. I like the Jonnu Smith element. Of course, can I get some 5-5 love? Thank you, King Cam. Can I get some 5-5 love? Because you are King Cam from the 901, King of Memphis. I already know what time you on, baby. All right. I should ask you, are you Team Gotti or are you Team Dolph? I ain't gonna go there with you. But either way, shout out to Memphis. All right. But let's go. I like Cole Holcomb, though, man. That is a nice pick right there, man. Shout out. Oh, and this is an interesting one right here. Calvin Austin III. Like I said, man, Calvin and Corey Trice are my two that are just like they're putting a strain on me, man. Because I have such belief in their abilities. I have such belief in them being the dark horse that's gonna emerge as whether it's wide receiver 2 or at the time with Corey Trice, who would be, JPJ's running mate. I'm like, yo, but these injuries, man, I'm like, God, dog, man, I need you guys out there. I need to see you this year. Like, come on. And both of these dudes are kind of leaking oil right now, man. But I'm like, So I do like that, though, with Calvin. I definitely could dig that, man. All righty. Ooh, and you know what? We'll end it on the homie Rashawn Jones. Let's go. He says, Broderick Jones, breakout season incoming. I like that right there, baby. I like that. So yeah, man, that's a good one right there, though, Tito, man. Shout out to you for the super chat and for the sparking that conversation right there, that dialogue, man. Definitely clean. And that's something else that we are going to work on doing more of, man. I'm trying, as you can see, man, we're working through some different software things, man, to add different parts to the channel, but at the same time got some user area that I got to work through as well, man, in terms of understanding some of this technology stuff. But I do want to continue to make this more interactive, man. Like I said, man, even when we did the giveaway, right? That rapid 30 seconds, everybody commenting and just boom, like that was fun. Stuff like this, man. We're doing a little bit more of this, fast form, man. Get your topic off, man. What you trying to talk about? Not even in a super chat vein, but to me, man, I think it's fun, it's engaging, man. Who knows, man? Maybe one of these days I'm gonna just drop the link so you can just hop on as a guest with this stream joint, and it'd be me and you up here instead of me and TG. You never know. You never know. All right. We say that though. All right. Might say that. Fun Friday option one day. All right. But let's get it. Let's get it. Alrighty. But with that being the case, let's reset real quick and let's talk a little training camp. All right. So with that being the case, man, you already know the drill. Hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Did have some things that we want to update on training camp, man. Couple of things on the docket right now. Yesterday and today, Pittsburgh Steelers were joined in training camp, right? No longer at Latrobe. Remember, they left Latrobe on Wednesday or Tuesday, excuse me, was the last day out there. Wednesday, they returned and they had practice at Acashore Stadium, and they had joint practices, like I said, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield and company back in beautiful Pittsburgh. Love to see it, man. But the past 2 days, man, yesterday and today, they've been having the joint practices. And from my personal experiences, joint practices are fun, but at the same time, they can be a waste of time, just depending on who you're working with, the teams, and more importantly, man, the coaches. I was fortunate, man. I've done 2 sets of joint practices. When I came here to Pittsburgh in 2014, I was with the Steelers, obviously, when we did joint practices with the Buffalo Bills, which was fun that time, man, because it was like, yo, these is actually like the dudes that I just left, and I really wanted to like whoop up on all of them. And I felt like we was all fighting like the whole camp, offense and defense. Everybody was just like fight. But it was cool though. All right, we got good work, but it was cool though. All right. Then let's see. I want to say it was either the next year or the year after that. We did joint practices with Detroit with the Lions, and that was cool. Also, I would say that work I think was better because it wasn't any type of like bad blood from anybody out there, and everybody was just kind of just working. All right. Now I will say we definitely whooped up on them in the practices. This back when Matthew Stafford was over there in company, man, which was cool. But yeah, like I said, it was good work though, man. If you can get groups where it's not going to be, fighting all the time, and it's not going to be just, non-productive work, I think that it could be awesome because you're getting game-like situations, game-like reps versus guys that are just as talented but don't know you. When you know guys, when it's familiarity, when you're about to walk back to that locker room together, you're going back to the dorm room together, it's like all of that weighs in on the psyche of how much you're willing to do to another person when you're in the practice setting, right? But when you don't know that person, when that's the out-of-towner over here, oh, man, you're getting it in. You like, yo, I'm going to do you dirty out here. I do not care, bro. Like, you're not my man. Yeah, we working here together, but you're not my homie. Like, I don't know you after this. Get out of here. So that part was fun, man. And I do think it helped us in terms of preparing us for the season. And that's kind of the thought process with these joint practices. You want to get game-like situations without the game-like consequences, meaning, man, if this player gets beat, this quarterback gets crushed right now, this DB gets crushed, it's like, yo, we don't have time for that with certain players in season, right? Or in the preseason, you don't want that. But you can get away with a lot of that type of stuff in these joint practice scenarios because you have more control on where the plays are going to happen at. You're also able to communicate to the pass rushers, hey, if you beat this tackle, do not hit this quarterback, man, and vice versa, right? Hey, wide receiver, if you see that linebacker doesn't see you coming outside in, do not blindside hit this dude or don't smash this dude when you really could, even if it would be legal. Don't do it because you're in practice. So those are the differences, man, in terms of why the joint practice can be beneficial. And knowing Todd Bowles and Coach Tomlin, their dynamic, I don't think there should be any like hesitancy or any issues with that. And from everything I've heard, there hasn't been. It's been good work. So I do like that part, but that is the cool part about these joint practices, man. And like I said, I'm a fan of them when they're done the right way. You've heard of some of these other ones, man, where it's like, yo, they're just fighting the whole time. Dudes getting kicked out. It's like, bro, we're wasting time out here, man. But if you can actually come out here with the mindset that, you know, this is an MMA camp, right? We're here to play football. Then you can get good work. Was like way cooler in my eyes, man. Being able to have fans out there for that Bills joint practice and that Lions, the 2 days joint practices with those two dudes, I thought was cool. Now with them being at the stadium close to the public, it's like, yeah, you might see a picture here, a report there, but unless you got that access, you're not going to get the chance to see that. So that does kind of suck a little bit, man. But privacy is important. And with the way that social media, with the way that digital we know dudes be sitting in the stands, just record everything. And it's like, yeah, there is no privacy. So if you want privacy, this is kind of the way you have to go about doing it, is making these practices closed off, which, like I said, does suck, but cause and effect, man. If you tell people not to record, which teams do tell people not to record, is met with pushback. So, this is how it kind of goes right there, man. But all good. And yes, OKC Thunder Tide Bulls did try to get me, see me freeze up for a little bit. I was like, hold on now. I ain't getting in trouble, man. All right. I ain't selling no secrets. Scouts honor. I won't say a thing. Okay. Jeez. But like I said, man, that's currently where they are right now, man, from a training camp standpoint. Now, some of the other nuance that's happening within it. We obviously talked about some of the injuries, right? Calvin Austin still been kind of limited, man, missing action with the abdominal. They're calling it abdominal. We don't know all the details of it, but he's missing some time, right? And obviously Corey Chice, the other guy, man, that we've been kind of talking about as well, man, been kind of out with the hamstring, man. So we'll see what that looks like if either one of those dudes are able to make it back out there for this weekend. But let's keep going though, man. Like I said, last time we talked, Cam Heyward hadn't spoke yet, but since then he has spoken. And yeah, getting a little bit more interesting from my eyes, man. Definitely getting a little bit more interesting. First thing is this. When we're talking about the Cam situation, we obviously know, yes, just a year ago, he did sign a new contract that was one of those deals where they were, we're going to scratch your back, so to speak, right? We don't want to release you. He was coming off of the injury. So they lowered the money, they basically gave him a contract extension, but what it did was lower the money. So that way it justified him being here. All right. Obviously goes out exceeds expectations, first team all pro. And now here we are a year later, wants to get back on, right? Wants to get that new deal. And he brings us some valuable points, but at the same time, the organization has valuable points, man. With it being that, yeah, they did just give him some money, man. And he is 36. I get all these things, right? But at the same time, it's like, yo, scam. But the thing to me that kind of caught my eye in this whole thing, right, was when my man started talking about he's willing to sit out a game. He's willing to sit out a game. I said, now, Cam, wait a minute now, baby. Wait a minute. We've never said those words before. Not Cam. Cam has never even uttered act like he even thought about that before, right? In fact, in the past, there's been times where he has specifically said that, man, I want to say was it last year? Yeah, it was last year doing the holdout. He was like, yeah, I'm not about to miss any games. So it was kind of like, yo, Cam, man, you kind of lose your leverage by letting them know that. Different this go around, though. I will say that, man, very different because of that specific wording. And I think that both him and TJ took different approaches this go around, right? We said, man, last time when TJ was upset about the contract, he did the hold in. This time he did the hold out, right? Didn't show up for any of the OTA stuff, any of the minicamp stuff, right? But deal got done. Great. This go around, right? We talked about Cam. Cam was doing the hold in last time, but Cam was very specific about not missing games. This go around, just let you know, 3 weeks before the season even gets here, I will miss some games. I've already considered that. To me, that does make it a little bit more serious for all parties. If you're Cam Heyward, man, and you feel like this is your last opportunity to hit the bank, right? Because if you sit out for the whole season, you're not going to break the bank at 37 after a year being removed from the game. That's not going to happen. But if you feel like, man, this is your best chance to get paid again, I get it, man. Who am I or who are any of us to tell a person to not try to maximize their earning potential in whatever short window they personally have, right? So from that standpoint, I get it. Not saying that if I'm the Roonies, I'm going to pay it, but I get it. Definitely do. And when you compare him just from a production standpoint, right? Take off all the, what we call the minutia, right? Which is the feelings of it. Man, he's 36. It's a feeling thing, right? Hey, man, he just signed his deal last year. That's a feeling thing, right? But let's talk about the factual part, which is his numbers in comparison to the other guys' numbers that are ahead of him. He does a valid, very valid case, man. And even if we got down to the point and said, hey, which of those guys you taking over Cam? Y'all be the first ones in here, just like me said, not a lick of them, right? Maybe Chris Jones, right? You get 1 to 2 guys that you might take over him, but other than that, you're like, bro, get out of here, man. I ain't wasting my time with none of them dudes. So that's the other part where it's like kind of we talked about with TJ Watt, right? Man, you don't pay TJ this type of money. Okay, but we the same ones saying he's better than Ken, or we were saying the same ones that were saying that TJ is better than Max Crosby and Myles Garrett. So how do we tell him or expect him to take drastically less just because of that, even though we're all going to be the same one saying he's better than these dudes? Hell, we swear by Cam, right? Hey, Cam, top D tackle in the league. Cam, one of the top D tackles in the league. Cam, top D tackle in the league. But then when it's time to actually, pay that money to reciprocate that, now we over here like, hold on, now he's 36. Hold on now, man. He was injured a couple years ago. Hold on. It's like, well, which one is it? And I think that that's, why Cam is taking the stance that he is taking it. And that's why I said I can understand it. And it is a tough sell, man, anytime he gets public, because you're asking people that have never, or a lot of people that aren't in those type of financial situations, to try to relate to it. And it's just very hard to relate. I'm a unique situation where I do get the opportunity to say I can relate to that. And that's why you hear the compassion at times when I'm speaking on it. But at the same time, from an ownership standpoint, I for sure understand how, the organization is viewing this. It's like, hey, bro. I scratched it back a year ago, baby. What's up, man? Like, we doing this? Come on now. Help me help you. I'm even looking out in other ways, if you catch what I'm saying. So that's the part where it's like, man, can we work together here? And that's why I think you can find some common ground. But I think that until we know the specific ask, I think that we're all going to kind of be, giving our opinions on it, but missing information. Because what I'm saying is this: we can holler about who should or shouldn't get paid, right? But if it came out that he's hollering about $2 more million in this whole thing, we're going to all look at the organization very differently. Now, if he's asking for another $10 million, we're looking at Cam very differently. You catch what I'm saying? So that's the part of the equation that we do have that is missing, so to speak, because that clarifies a lot. With TJ, we knew, okay, when Myles Garrett signed for 41, we say, yo, that means he got to sign for 41 and a half, 42. So that's a $12 million increase. We get you, right? This isn't that, though. We're like, Cam, you get 14. To get you top 10 is 20. So you're looking at about a $6 million range we talking about. So do you want all 6 more? Or are you looking for 3 more? Are you looking for 1 more? Like, what? That's the part. And to me, I think that for Cam, he is in his right to be able to have these conversations. I think he's earned the right to be there. I think his production backs it and warrants it as well. And I think that that's also why the organization is handling it the way that they are handling it. And what I mean is at least entertaining it, right? They haven't said, man, get up out of here, we're going to ship you, okay? Because they know what Cam brings to the table, and they also would agree. Both parties, both Cam and the Steelers, are better together than they are without each other. Take the pride, take the ego out of it. In 2025, the Pittsburgh Steelers are not better without Cam Heyward on the field. That's just the reality of it, regardless of what we might want to say to ourselves to make it feel better in terms of negotiations. And for Cam, if you don't play for the Steelers in 2025, whether you sit out, whether you try to force the trade, I don't think that's going to be better for him. I think that he's going to lose in the long run with that also, man. I think both of those teams, I think both Steelers and Cam, man, better together, man. And that's the thing that I think that they both understand that, and they got to find that common ground. And hopefully, as we're getting closer and closer to the season, the deal gets done, right? Because that's one of the things that I've personally noticed with the Steelers. It's usually right at the last minute where it all gets finished up, right? I mean, we've seen deals get done literally the night before kickoff. I'll never forget Cortez Allen. We're like, yo, where's Cortez at? He's getting the deal done. Oh, thank God, because the game is tomorrow. Hey, where's Stephon Tuitt at? He's getting the deal done. Thank God, game's tomorrow. All right, I've seen it twice. All right, so this could also be, a similar thing, man. But I just think that with Cam, man, this is interesting though. Like I said, man, him specifically threatening to sit out games. That is not something he's ever communicated before. And that's the big reason why, to me, I think this is just a little bit different, because he's not quietly talking about this. He's not hiding behind his agent, right? He's not leaking information. You watch him stand up in front of that media scrum like a big dog. And that's the thing that I respect about him even more. Don't do this and then hide. Don't do this and then not talk to the media. Now the media is asking questions to everybody else. Like, nah, bro, stand up in front of them and let them know what you want, man. And I do like the fact that he's painting the picture and he's very clear about everything that transpired in terms of the conversation, the communication between him and the organization, and where he wants to be, but more importantly, what he thinks his worth is. So we will see how that thing continues to play out, man. But shout out to Cam, shout out to the Steelers, man. This is gonna be interesting though, man, in terms of how it all plays out, man. But I do hope that they can get this thing resolved in a timely manner, because I need Cam out there, the Steelers need Cam out there, and Cam need the Steelers. All right, better together. All right, keep the family close, man. You know the drill. All right. But y'all know the drill also, man. Hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Take a little sip. Now, after that, man, we get this thing going, because I did see another super chat come in here as well. Alrighty. Oh, man, I ain't even see, boy. All right, we about 1:45. We getting closer to TG time. Hey, now, like that, man. Alrighty. Let's see. Sequoia Harris. I had to proofread your joint. Sequoia, make sure one nothing crazy in this chat now, baby. I seen the name. I got nervous. All right. Sequoia Harris says, what's good, OG? I see you had the beautiful Tanisha on the show. Tell her I said, hi. Just showing love. Blessings to all. Bring on OBJ or Hill. Jesus, peace and love. I know it was the blood. I know it was blood for me. Hey, all right, now don't take me to church now. One day when I went low, all right, come on now. I know I'm an old school drummer, baby. Come on, I got my start up in the church, baby. All right, on the one to yeah. But shout out, man. I do appreciate you showing love to Tanisha as well, man. Like I said, man, you will be seeing more and more content with her every Tuesday. That started now, man. We're going to be up here doing our streams. Like I said, that's always a blast. 11 a.m. I think it was. No, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I'm correct, 11 a.m. I think it's 11 a.m. Standard Time. All right, let me triple check that, but I want to say 11. And then on Thursdays, also when we get to the regular season, right? Because we still got 3 more weeks of preseason time frame. But when the regular season starts, she'll also be joining us on the lives on Thursday afternoon. All right, when we get done with our player interviews, she'll hop on as well, man. Have a little bit of fun, man, talking some of the matchup also. All right, so super excited, man, about all of that me and her are going to be doing this year as well, man. So let's get it. But yeah, man, y'all know how to take them to church for a little bit. So quick, just a quick little, you know what I'm saying? Little foot stomping, hand clapping. Come on now, hey. But anywho, let's continue on with a little bit of this here training camp update, because we obviously talked about the joint practices, talked about some of the injuries, got done talking about Cam and his new stance, or his communicated stance of being willing to actually sit out games this season. But more importantly, man, we're still in the market for new players. We still potentially looking far and wide, near and far, wherever, right? For potential additions to the black and gold that could help us out this season. And one name that specifically popped up, and I do got to talk to y'all about him because he popped up and TG kind of spoke on him. And I'm just like, all right, is this becoming a thing? Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ? I'm just asking, all right? I gotta ask. Because OBJ, he was doing a little Sports Illustrated talk this week, right? Talking to the media, and it was funny too. Let me rewind the clock right before I even saw the interview, the Sports Illustrated comments and everything. How many of y'all got the same like fake pump fake that he retired the other day, right? I got like this like blitz of, oh, yo, OBJ's done. He's hanging him up. He's retired just like that. It's the last snap. And it was like for like 2 hours heavy on the he's retired is done. I'm like, dang, OBJ hanging him up. Like, wow, man. He really that's just gonna walk away like that, right? But then he spun the block and was like, bro, I retired. That's news to me. And I'm like, oh, all right, he faked this. They faked this out. So I just want to know, was I the only one? But then after that, I'm like, okay, all right. So then from there, now he was in like my algorithm. So now I'm seeing all the OBJ. There's like OBJ cleats. Did he start the OB? Did OBJ start custom cleats? I'm like, yeah, he up there. Like I said, I look at AB and him. I'm like, pick which one you want. But yeah, they was on a custom cleat game, hard, heavy, man, for sure, for sure. But then it was like, all right, the SI interview pops up. And he's talking about how he's had conversations with Aaron Rodgers and how he's not ruling out potentially joining Aaron Rodgers in the black and gold. Talk about how he loves Aaron Rodgers. But that's not all. He also said he effing loves Coach Tomlin as well, man, which we know that's been documented on numerous occasions, man. OBJ talked about how he felt like, the Steelers were going to be the team that were going to draft him when he was coming out of LSU also. So when I think of that, it's like, all right, so clearly you have a rapport. Clearly, you have a relationship with Coach Tomlin. You have some type of confidence in his ability. We obviously know that him and Aaron Rodgers have had a thing for a while now. Like I said, when he signed to Cleveland, he was considering signing to the Packers, right? All of that during that same time frame, man. It just ended up that he went to Cleveland instead. But we obviously know who OBJ is, man. Elitely talented player, elitely productive player when he was at his peak, when he was super healthy. We obviously know since then he has sustained a, good amount of injuries that have really limited him and hindered his availability over these past couple of seasons, man. Now, what I will say and what I want to do is pull up specifically, how many games he's played in these past couple of years, just to give you some context, right? So he hasn't played a full season. I guess it's 2019. That was back when it was 16 game season. Yeah. But he's done 14 games twice. He played in 14 games back in 2021, and then he did 14 games in 2023 with the Ravens. Last year he played in 9 games, no starts, and was not the productive type of OBJ year, but we obviously know injuries, right? But yeah, so I thought last year, man, because last year I'm just like, holy smokes, man, absolutely horrendous. But we know the injury part. But when he played back in, like I said, 2023 with the Ravens, man, healthy season, 14 games, 6 starts, ended up with 565 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. All right, so decent wide receiver 2 type of numbers. We know though that since then, man, like I said, he's just been injured. 2024 at 32 years old, he played in 9 games. At 2023 at 31, he played in 14 games. Didn't play at all in 2022. That's when he had the ACL injury, right? 2021, 8 games when he got hurt, obviously in the Super Bowl. 2021 also, or excuse me, that was when he did the combo year, right? Started out in Cleveland, ended up in the Rams, but then gets hurt, obviously in the Super Bowl, tore the ACL, and that was that whole situation there, man. So with him, you can see where the past couple of years, the production has been down, the availability has been down. But in terms of OBJ as a talent, OBJ when he's healthy, OBJ as a mind, yeah, he's an asset there. Yeah, I mean, he knows how to play the position. He knows the things about handling stardom as well, man, and all these things. When we first had talked about him this offseason, it was more so as a potential, mentorship type thing, man. When we had GP, this is before the DK Metcalf trade. Now, with the way the roster currently is set, is OBJ worth it? Me personally, I lean Amari Cooper if I'm going to go veteran wide receivers that's available right now. I like Amari Cooper more than I would go with OBJ. But at the same time, OBJ, different style receiver, right? In the sense of, man, we know when OBJ is healthy, what he could do. Problem is, though, as you just heard me say, when is he healthy? When is he healthy? But if he can be healthy, and if we think we're getting a healthy version of him and him being in more of a reserved role, not having to be the guy, because you do got a DK Metcalf out here, and we're obviously going to operate with these tight ends a little bit more. I think that does, potentially make it where you could make a case for OBJ being here. But to me, I think it's more risk than we're getting reward at this stage with OBJ, man. And it sucks, man, because like I said, I was an OBJ fan, man. Like I said, man, these are all my receivers that I grew up watching, but these are the guys that I came in the league playing, or not come in the league, but doing the heart of my league time frame. These are dudes that we was out there seeing, competing against, man. So yeah, to see the OBJs of the world, we're like, I think it's over. Think you might be in that, you might be on the back end. That's tough to me, man. It's tough. I don't want to believe it, but I'm like, I don't know, bro. It's been a tough couple of goals now, man, and I'm starting to think that chapter might be closing. I don't know yet, though. I don't know yet. But that's kind of my mindset, though, man. I'm like, if I got to choose between, veterans that have some injury questions, I start looking at all the other stuff that goes with it in terms of temperament, in terms of potential for it to go a wrong way versus the right way. And I just look and I say, man, I think that I have less volatility with an Amari Cooper if I'm going that route. If I want to have more of the upside with youth, then I'm looking at a Gabe Davis type. Heck, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I know some of y'all have even seen where Chase Claypool is making a comeback now. He's talking about how he's fully healthy and, he's ready to go. I'm just like, me personally, I'm definitely going with Gabe Davis over Chase Claypool, but that's just me. That's how I look at it. But these are some of the guys that we have as options per se. And you have to ask yourself, how do we feel about OBJ at this stage? How do we feel about Gabe Davis at this stage, or Martin Cooper at this stage versus Roman Wilson at this stage, versus Calvin Austin at this stage, versus Robert Woods at this stage? We're not just comparing these receivers and we're just saying the thought of them versus who they once were at a time professionally. And we're saying, well, because they're no longer here, we don't want them. We're comparing them to what we currently have. And that's the part that makes it a little bit different, because talent-wise at this stage, OBJ still would fit right in this mix. I don't think we're going to look and say, oh, yeah, man, Roman blows OBJ out the water today. Nah, we're not going to all feel like that. And I think that that's the other part that makes it a little bit more of a conversation, more of a thought process with some of these dudes, man. But that's, kind of where we are right now. And until somebody truly emerges and puts it to rest, I think that we're going to kind of always hear these rumblings about wide receiver options. Same what we saw last year. It's like, man, we felt good about some of the guys, but until somebody really proves they can be a consistent wide receiver too, man, we're going to be in this thing every week. Like, hey, bro, should we trade for somebody? Should we sign somebody? Should we trade for somebody? Should we sign for somebody? And like I said, that's kind of the sucky part with it, but we will see, man. We will see. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. How y'all feel about OBJ, man? Would y'all want him in the black and the gold? Huh? Y'all bringing him here? Or y'all sticking with what we have? Or would you go elsewhere on the free agent market, man? Let me know in the comment section. And while y'all doing that, hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Jesus. Yo, Tom J, you funny for that one. My bro said OBJ is super washed up Maximus. Oh, man. Big Noriega said, my man OBJ is a little bit too much of an injury-prone person, even throws a little diva category on him. All right. Let's see. Oh, Apollo Creed said, we good over here? Definitely doesn't need Claypool is what he's saying. All right. Okay. Dang, Donald Copeland, that's I don't hate it, but that's wild too. He says, I'd rather call Josh Gordon than Claypool. All right, there you go. Okay, all right. Say less. No. Ooh, okay, interesting. Okay, see, Thunder says only if OBJ is willing to take a lesser role. And I do think he would at this stage, specifically when you're thinking of DK Metcalf being here, younger, dynamic, bigger body type as well. I also think Aaron Rodgers being here, leadership, a guy that he respects on a high level, and Coach Tomlin, I don't actually think that would be, too far-fetched to see OBJ actually be willing and open to taking a lesser role, man, and still being more productive in that role. I mean, kind of like we talked about with Cam. We said last year, man, Cam played 70% of the snaps on defense, one of his lowest, snap total counts. And it was by design, but you saw what he was able to do was go turn around and be first team all pro. Sometimes less is more. If I can take off some of those throwaway plays where you're tired, fatigued, banged up, whatever, and I can minimize that package of throwaway plays and only get optimal plays from you, well, hey, man, that's worth it. And I think that is something to consider when you're talking about OBJ specifically. So yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. Hey, X Concepts, man, no Justin Bieber shade, all right? OBJ would have JB on the sideline. Listen, I'm team Justin Bieber, all right? Like I said, man, that's I still hold a soft space in my heart for him. I actually got a chance to meet him, man. He came to our Bible study back when we was, back in our black and gold heydays when we was traveling the world like we was the Beatles or something, all right? You never know who would pop up anywhere, all right? It was, like I said, celebs everywhere. Celebs all around. You like, God, dog. This man one Bible study. Hey, little fella. You that little singing dude? Ever since then, I'm like, you know what, man? I rocks with the little dude. And his little album, all right, too, man. Shout out to Swag. One time for the coach. If you know, you know, all right? Yeah, I rocks out with it. Ladies like it, all right? I got wife and the kids. I got wife and the ladies. All right, hey, man. Gotta drop a little Justin Bieber on him, all right? So no Bieber slander, all right? Bieber can pull up to the game anytime he wants, all right? Shout out to the Biebs. Yeah. Shoot, now you got me thinking about the Biebs. I'm like, man, we got the Biebs new album. We got the Swifties coming out, man. New Swiftie album dropping too. I say, boy, all right. Yeah, now we good on that one. shout out to the little albums dropping out right now, man. I like it. I was like, hey, bro, it's pretty fire, man. That's the beautiful football, though, man. It bridges the gap. All right. Gets everybody connected to the game, man. Everybody connected to the game. Let's get it. But let's see. Let me tap in. All right. So the homie TG is going to be a few minutes behind. So what we are going to do is start tapping in on this here game preview as we wait on the homie TG. I think that's what we shall do. Yeah, that sound about right. So let's do it. All right. So let's talk a little game preview, man. We obviously have Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have already been in town, but those guys are showing up for a little Saturday night football at Acrisure Stadium. Super looking forward to the matchup. Now, in terms of who is not playing, because Coach Tomlin got a list. All right, stay with some guys that's not going to play. But he's already let us know Aaron Rodgers not going to see him tonight or on Saturday night with the spaceship helmet. All right, none of that. DK Metcalf not going to play. Jalen Ramsey not going to play. Darius Slay not going to play. TJ Watt not playing. Alex Highsmith not playing. Patrick Queen not playing. Chris Boswell not playing. And last but certainly not least, Cam Heyward is also not going to be playing. Now, these are the guys that we know aren't playing just simply because Coach Tomlin is holding them out of the game. Some of the guys that we're dealing with injury, right? We talked about Calvin Austin, Corey Trice and company. Those guys is still up in the air. He has not officially ruled them out from my understanding just yet, but it's not looking likely that those guys will be out there, but that specifically is more so because of the injury element versus the guys that I just listed off. Coach Thomas specifically saying that those guys he's just holding out, but he didn't rule out their potential to play next week in that final preseason game where we go down to Carolina, because we do know, which started last year when they reduced the preseason to just 3 games, you have a bonus week from that last preseason game before you actually get into your regular season, which is different than how it was in years past where, you play on Thursday, Sunday hits, and then that following Sunday, you got a game. They got a bonus week kind of built into that now. But in terms of the players that I do want to see in some specific matchups, I'm going to be looking for just for information, right? Information. We know up front, man, we're going to get our O-line out there, man, but I need to see Broderick and Troy again, man. Broderick Jones, Troy Fautano. I thought Broderick played well last week. Liked him in his matchup versus Josh Hines Allen. I talk about that a little bit on the Master Mode Zoom session that we dropped earlier today also. But to me, that's one of those players, man, when you're looking at Broderick and Troy, young guys, but it's like, yo, you're going to match up against two young pass rushers. One guy actually really good, and we don't know how much we're going to see of them, but Todd Bowles did say that, he wants some of those guys to get out there. Now, this was prior to the practice finishing today, so we will see if any new information comes from Todd Bowles in the Bucs camp. But Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu. Last week, they got a chance to play against Josh Hines Allen and Travon Walker, two really good young players. This week is Yaya Diaby and Hassan Riddick. Hassan Riddick is a dude, man, double-digit sack guy, man, has been in the headlines for contract situations in his own right, but dude got juice, man, former teammate, man, was out in AZ. He knows how to rush that pass. He knows how to turn that corner, man, and yeah, he going to put pressure on these tackles. And then Yaya Diaby, man, young guy out of Louisville, was 2 years ago, I want to say now. Another dude, man, knows how to rush that pass, a good size on him, man. Different style rushers, though. 4-3 type of dudes versus 3-4 type of dudes, man. And this is what you want to see, though, man. Just how they continue to match up with these type of players, man. Proven players, productive players. Next up, Caleb Johnson. Now, Coach Thomas specifically talked about Caleb Johnson, saying that he wanted to see a little bit more of a smoother performance from him. But he's one of those guys to me, man. I know he can block, but I want to see improvement there. I know he can run the ball, but I want to see him pick up his feet, man. Pick up your feet. Don't let one guy bring you down, man, and get you an explosive runoff, man, because that's what we brought you here to do. We feel like that is what you bring as an upgrade over a Najee Harris. So go out there and prove what you're capable of, young fella, man. And I want to see him catch the ball, right? We obviously know, he had the little whoopsie. But, man, go ahead, go out there and show him what you actually can do, man, because I do think he's a lot more of a productive player and should look a lot better than what he did in that first game. But like I said, man, that first time putting that NFL jersey on an NFL stadium, it hits different. And everybody adjusts to it differently. Everybody handles it differently. But to me, that was one of those things where it was just like, yeah, I felt like the moment kind of got to him a little bit, man. But we'll see how he responds to that. From there, Roman Wilson. Roman, I like what I saw from him last game, man. Was it perfect? Nah, but I think he could continue on with the production that we saw from him, man. I like the fact that he was showing hands catching. I like the fact that he was playing fast. And I think for him, you got to hit the ground running, man. Because right now, who's wide receiver 2? We're going to say Calvin Austin, but Calvin is, like I said, been banged up, been out of it, right? Robert Woods, the veteran, but we don't think that that's necessarily going to, be the guy that we lean on exclusively to be wide receiver 2. So Roman Wilson is the guy that we're going to be looking at. I talked about Keyshawn Williams. We talked about Rod Taylor, Brandon Johnson. It's like all of those names are legitimately a part of this because nobody has really stepped up to say, you know what, this is my spot. I got this. So Roman Wilson, man, nothing is keeping you from being that guy. Let's see how you continue to emerge. Peyton Wilson is another dude that I'm excited to see, mainly because, man, what he was showing last week, man, his sideline to sideline, I love the suplex. You're going to take a dude to Suplex City, baby. I want to see that again. All right. But to me, I just want to continue to see his growth. I want to see him playing next to, obviously, because he won't be playing next to Patrick Queen. I still want to see him, though, next to a Cole Holcomb, man, because 5-5 looked good last week. But I want to see those two dudes, man, but specifically Peyton Wilson, because I got high expectations for him. You heard me talk about him as one of my breakout guys, specifically on offense going into this season. I think that, yeah, he's a guy that will be able to, in terms of Peyton Wilson, will be able to be one of those, ultra productive, high volume tacklers for us, man, with splash capability. I did initially have Corey Trice up here, but like I said, man, we're still up in the air on his availability. If he is able to go, great, because we haven't seen him in a while. And I need to see him, man, because the talent is there. The production hasn't always been there because he's been hurt. But when he's been available, he looks good. But that only lasts for so long, man. Eventually, that clock starts to tick, so to speak, and we look and we say, man, your best ability is your availability. And if we don't have enough opportunities of seeing you, we got to move in a different direction. And it happens a lot at this level, man, because of how physical and how violent the game is. But that is my hope that, man, he will be able to get out there sooner rather than later. But with that being the case, though, JPJ, he is on the list because he is playing this week and he gonna have action. Mike Evans is playing this week. In terms of, that's what Ty Bowles said, and Emeka Egbuka. Why do I like both of them? Well, Emeka was a dude that we were talking about drafting in the first round here, right? That was one of the receivers that we brought up multiple times. Say, yo, tap into that one, man. We might get this one out of Ohio State, right? Out of Ohio State. He had a nice big play last week, man, in the preseason game. I want to see, man, when JPJ matches up versus Emeka or when JPJ matches up versus Mike Evans, how you look, man? Do you look the part? Do you look like CB1 or do you look like a young guy still? Are we holding and grabbing, right? Those are some of the things I want to see with JPJ specifically, because I think both of those receivers are good matchups for him. Obviously, Mike, the wily veteran, proven, ultra consistent. That's Mr. 1K. But to me, man, with the Mecca, yeah, I just want to see it, man. Give me that matchup. I don't know how often you're going to get this because it's the preseason. And with the preseason, man, sometimes, all right, you might tell the guy, man, follow this guy the whole time. You might tell that wide receiver, you're going to line up on the left side outside the whole time. I don't know where the Bucs are going to be with their progression, especially with a young player like Emeka. Are they going to play him inside exclusive? Are they going to play him outside, front side of the formation, backside? I don't know all of that right now. But I do want to see when JPJ gets a chance to get after that, man. Or like I said, when he's matching up with Mike Evans, because either one of those dudes, I think, are going to be able to give JPJ good work. And ultimately, that's what we need for him to take that next step and be the corner that we think he's capable of being. He has to play against these type of dudes, man, and hold his own, which I think he's more than capable of. From there, though, Beanie Bishop, obviously, man, I'm excited about him. Got to keep watching that, though, because I want to continue to see him make plays. Last week, Brandon Echols, man, made some plays, man. Brandon Echols was over here turning some heads and letting people know, like, yo, I'm here. All right, I'm not just a camp body. I'm here to take a spot. And that's why you heard me talk about urgency a little bit with Corey Trice, or speak on Corey Trice with urgency, because I'm looking at that cornerback room and I'm like, 3 spots is already gone, right? JPJ, Darius Slay, and Jalen Ramsey. So now I'm like, all right, Beanie put hot tape out there. Brandon Echols put hot tape out there. Beanie's just familiar, right? And then you got Corey Trice, the freakazoid, in terms of how he's built and when he's been available. So these are all these, like, yo. And then you can't forget Pierre. Don't forget Pierre. Pierre was making plays last week too. Like, yo, it's just a lot of people's lives getting deeper over there, right? So that's the thing that, like I said, man, I want to see those cornerbacks, man. As deep as that room is getting, as many of those guys are getting out there, who's going to make plays, who's going to separate themselves, man. And sometimes you need quality opponents, because if you go out there and you make plays versus Emeka versus Mike Evans, I'm talking JPJ, I'm talking Beanie, I'm talking Brandon Echols, any of those dudes, if you make a play versus those type of guys, it is going to hit a little bit different, the impact of it. And I think that that's the part where when you're trying to, you know, show why you belong here, why you deserve a roster spot on that active 53, this is all a part of that evaluation. But you really want to make it as tough as you can on the coaching staff. So we will see there. A couple other dudes, though, man, that, like I said, to me, man, after what they did last week, I want to see some more of that, man. What about Juan Thornhill? Huh? How did it, was I the only one who got excited about seeing big hits return? Big hits back again. I loved it, man. I absolutely love watching him lay that thigh out on Brian Thomas Jr., man. Like, that's the type of stuff that was like, you know what? That's that old school football. That's what it's supposed to feel like. Make wide receivers afraid to come across the middle. Make quarterbacks have to actually account for throwing that ball across the middle. And when they get their receivers killed, make them have to look that receiver in the eye, man. Like, I love that right there, man. But that's the part when you're talking about with Juan. It's like, yeah, Juan brings that. Juan brings physicality. Juan is rangy also, but Juan is a veteran. Juan is a dude that's had success in this league. Like I said, health has been his Achilles heel, availability. So for me, man, when I look at that, I'm like, I need to see it again. If you can stay healthy and keep putting that on tape, man, we got spots for you. We're going to have some opportunities for you. Chuck Clark is another guy. Chuck made a couple of plays. Let's see, man, because both of those dudes are competing to be what? Man, I want more snaps. I need to get out there, man. I can't have you in terms of Deshaun Elliott taking all the snaps and I don't get no action. No, whether it's starting opposite or that third safety role. But to me, I look at both of those dudes, man, Chuck Clark and Juan Thornhill, and it's like, yeah, that's an active competition, man, and you want to see both of those dudes making plays. But to me, man, Thornhill is definitely one of those dudes, man, that the way he played last week, man, it kind of caught my eye a little bit. I'm like, all right, I like that, baby. I like that. And then, of course, last but not least, my two young guys, man, Derek Harmon and Nick Herbig. Derek Harmon, number one, because that's the first rounder, man. And anytime you're first rounder, expectations are going to be high. But more importantly, because of Cam Heyward and this here hold in and him flirting with, I will sit out on you. Remember, he said that. Now it has me concerned. Now I'm like, yo, Derek, you better, hey, we ain't got time for you to slow develop, baby. In a hurry. We need you up to speed ASAP. So now I'm looking at that with a lot more intention, with a lot more urgency in terms of his development and in terms of him being ready to, be the guy. Because if Cam can't go for whatever reason, contractually, if he sits out, heck, or he comes back and he ends up, God forbid, but kind of goes down. It's like, yo, Derek, we're going to need you. And that's what we drafted you in the first round, man. We're going to need you to come in here and hit the ground running, man. So to me, I'm looking at that because that has to continue to develop. That has to continue to be on time. All right. YA Black, we obviously know he played well last week, but it's a different type of expectations for YA just because of the body type, the position we're asking him to play, and what we're going to require of him. Derek Harmon, different conversation. Derek, we're expecting higher things from him. But more importantly, when you talk about potentially, a world where you went and have Cam Heyward out there at the beginning part of the season, if we don't want our defense, specifically our run defense, to feel atrocious, to feel super soft like putting in the middle, it's going to be, them Derek Harmons of the world, the Keanu Bittons of the world, the YA Blacks of the world, having to step up. And like I said, man, that's just a little bit more of a challenge for younger players early on, man. But that's, like I said, man, kind of my thought process with it, man. And that's why I always see you hear the urgency when I'm like, yo, Steelers, y'all are better with Cam. Cam, you're better with the Steelers. Because both of these parties need each other, man. We don't want to go and play this season without Cam out there, regardless of him 36 or not, regardless of, oh, man, how much should he get paid, this and that. None of us are going to enjoy watching the Pittsburgh Steelers play defense this year if Cam Heyward is not on that defense, bro. Like, take the feelings, take the pride out of it. That's the reality because of who he is, because of how he plays the game. We don't care about any of the other stuff. Just cut the tape on, right? That's the part that, like I said, man, makes me feel a little bit uneasy about it. And I understand that that's the leverage that Cam has in this whole situation, man. But we will see, man. We will see. But for sure, I want to see Nick Herbig now. And I'm getting my flying Hawaiian back this week. He got to sit out last week with the vet card. I said, dang, Herbig, boy, you done graduated on the side. But it's different this week. I get a chance to see him. And I know he's going to be amped up, fired up, ready to go. I ain't get a sack all last week, man. I don't like watching games that my black and gold don't touch the quarterback, man. All right. So I need that to transpire this week. Need that. I'm going to get Herbig and Sawyer, the battle of my two young boys out there, man. Who is going to take over? Who is going to show that they belong as rusher 3, which we already know is Herbig. But still, it's like, man, you still got to prove it. Each and every year is different. Each and every year you got to go out there and let them know this is what I'm on. So I do like that, man. 100% I like that. But that's one of them things right now where I'm just like, Herbig, yeah. I thought Herbig won't have to play this week, but Herbig, you in the mix, baby. You are in the mix. So like I said, man, I'm personally excited to see that, man. So you already know the drill, though, man. Hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm talking, like I said, man, some of the Steelers-Bucs preview, man. Some of the guys I'm looking forward to seeing and why specifically I'm looking for, those guys, man. Let's see. We got a couple more minutes. Still waiting on T. Like I said, man, with TG, we obviously know my man is in the heart of it. Mr. Defensive Coordinator getting closer and closer to regular season action for them. So we are giving him some time, man, to tap in with us. But in the meantime, let's do this real quick, man. You guys let me know your thoughts, though, man, on the preseason matchup coming up on Saturday, man. Who are you looking forward to seeing? All right, which specific players? All right, or if it's something schematically that you want to see, man, drop it in the comment section, man. Let's talk about those real quick, man. Let's talk about that real quick. Oh, and shout out to Jamal McCullum. Great question. He says, are you overhyping, or I guess he's saying, are they overhyping Jack Sawyer? I didn't see much from him. Well, I would ask you, what specifically were you looking for? If you were looking for multiple sacks, TFLs, forced fumbles, you did not see that, then sure. Yeah, you did not see much from him. Me specifically, though, I was looking for stance, alignment, assignment, effort. Also, man, top of your rush, not running by quarterbacks, understanding when to retrace, that type of stuff. I saw a lot of that, man. I saw him having a nice feel for his rushes. I saw him also playing the C gap well. I saw him also being a physical defender versus the run. Those are some of the things that I'm looking for right now. I think the bigger splash plays will come in time, but show me you can do the routine things. Show me you can do the fundamental things, because that's what's going to actually get you on that field faster. We've seen the preseason where a Tazar Skipper has, a ton of sacks, but the routine fundamental stuff kind of keeps him off from being out there, right? Or even from a special team standpoint. Jack Sawyer, we're trying to see, can that be different, right? So I will say that was some of the things that I personally thought he did well. But in terms of the sexy stuff, let's see. And that's what you kind of heard me alluding to with this week, where it's like, yeah, I know I'm going to have Herbig out there, but let me see what the young boy looks like in week 2. Because it is not easy to go out there and play fast. It's not easy to go out there and play with confidence in game 1 of your professional career. Heck, I remember low key, I almost pulled my hamstring stretching my first game in warmups. Buffalo versus the Washington Redskins at the time. That's what they were called. And I'll never forget, man. I'm so amped up, but I'm so like just, it's not even a nervousness, but you're just anxious because it's like, man, this is what you dreamed for your whole life, what you've been training for your whole life. And man, I never forget, I'm over that joint stretching. I'm like, hey, yo, did I almost pull my like, yeah, it's like that. And you kind of got to thug it through, man. But to me, I thought that Jack showed a lot of that. He showed moxie. He showed his ability to stay calm. He showed his ability to think while he was out there on that field. And that's the stuff that I was specifically looking for him. So that's why I'm a little bit more higher on what I saw from Sawyer. But at the same time, I can understand it. If you were looking for those other specific things and you didn't see that, it could come off as overhyped. I ain't overhyped with anything, man. I'm just telling you exactly what I'm seeing, though, baby. But I like it. I like it. Let's see. Yeah, so you did look fast. I do agree with you on that one, man. Do agree with you on that one. Ooh, he's looking for 2 touchdowns with Keyshawn Williams. I like that, man. I will say this, Keyshawn, I'm impressed with what I've seen thus far, man. My young guy from Indiana, I'm a fan of him because I got a chance to work with him this summer, Steelers youth football camps. We obviously dropped the one of the tapes from our me and TG working the camp and everything like that. If you haven't checked that out, man, make sure y'all tap in. But yeah, man, Keyshawn, one of those young receivers, man, that really shows some promise out there. We obviously know he had the big touchdown catch. I actually talked about that a little bit on the film session. But the thing that really impressed me more so than what he did at receiver was him as a returner. The explosive punt return ended up getting called back. I forgot who had the block in the back, ended up coming back. But to me, man, seeing his ability to set up the return, flip the field with an or not flip the field, but have an explosive return, 15, 20 yards. To me, that's important. That's what's going to give him more of an opportunity to make this roster than his receiving ability at this stage. But as I said earlier in the show too, who is our definitive wide receiver 2 right now? We say Calvin Austin in theory, but at the same time, we wouldn't be surprised if Roman Wilson were to surpass him at some point. But at the same time, we wouldn't be surprised if that was Robert Woods. But at the same time, we wouldn't be surprised if it was actually Calvin Austin that did go out there and play at a high level. But with that being the case, what we're seeing is there isn't a set in stone wide receiver 2 right now. So if Keyshawn, even though he is younger, is able to produce, is able to have a strong preseason, now it's up in the air. I'm young enough / old enough to remember when my dog Victor Cruz popped up on the scene. No one knew who that man was in New York, man. Then he started just scoring touchdowns in the preseason. Then before you know it, everybody was salsaing. All right, that's my man's though, man. Shout out to young Victor Cruz, man. But I look at Keyshawn, I'm like, man, what's stopping you from doing that, man? What's stopping you from scoring again, from having explosive plays again? Nothing. You talented enough. You got that dog in you. Go for it, man. And he played well last year in college too, man. Shout out to Indiana. All right. Let's see. What okay. OKC Thunder says another touchdown for Darnell Washington. Mount Washington. He's really looking for, and 2 sacks from Jack Sawyer. Now, I will say this, man. In terms of Sawyer, I do want to see the continued progression, right? 2 sacks, though, that's big time, right? If he can do that, man, that just means that he is super accelerating his production, man, and he's, coming to his own a little bit sooner than I would anticipate. To me, though, man, if I could just get a QB hit, man, let's get a hit on that QB, man. But let's get there because he's going to be playing early, so he's going to be matching up versus I'm trying to think. He actually was playing both right and left. But he'll be going up against their right tackle, Luke Gadek. I think I say that right. Or Gadecki, excuse me, man. Second round pick from a couple of years ago. So it should be good work for him, man. We obviously know on the left side, that'll be more Herbig, but that'll be the younger guy, Charlie Heck, man, because Tristan Wirf's still been kind of in and out. But to me, when I look at Jack Sawyer, it's like, yo, let me see you still play fast. Let me see you still look confident. And like I said, man, let's evolve, right? Last week, man, you played fast. You made some tackles. You came close to getting a sack, right? You spent back and hitting dude like on the game, like 1 and 2 yards. But like, yo, let's see a QB hit though this time. Like, that's the next thing that I'm looking for with Jack. Get a QB hit, give me a couple tackles, right? But don't look out of place. Don't look slow when you're playing out there. Play fast, right? Those are the things I'm looking for. Those little intangible things, man, the little fundamental things, because everything else take care of itself. The bigger stuff will happen. But if you can't do the little fundamental stuff, man, if you don't know how to get aligned, 6 tech, 7 tech, 9 technique, if you don't know when you're supposed to be, forcing it back versus spilling the play out to your corners, like, that's the nuance. That's stuff that I'm looking for specifically with Jack, because that's going to get him on that field fast. All right. And then, of course, man, with Darnell Washington, man, what's the point of having a big body dude that can go up top and go dunk on you if you ain't going to use him, right? Last week looked good because you actually utilized the red zone threat. That's the dude that we've been saying should be a red zone target every single time. When we get in the same way everybody knew when the Saints had Jimmy Graham, that, when they inside the 20 and in, Jimmy is going to get a target. He's going to get a touch. He's going to get a target. All right? It's happening. That's how we need to view Darnell Washington. It needs to be, when you 25 and in, 20 and in, Darnell is going to get one of these passes, bro. Gronk 20 and in, Gronk is going to get one of these passes, bro. That's the same type of energy I want us to have with Darnell Washington, man. And hopefully Arthur Smith, us Arthurs, will be in unison right there, man. We can make that thing happen. Let's see. But yeah, man, y'all guys let me know, man. What are we looking for? What are we trying to see in this here preseason game, man? Steelers versus Bucks on Saturday night. But yeah, let me know. Let's see. And man, my dog is really working today too, man. Shout out to our defensive coordinator, Terence Garvin. All right. My dog is in the lab. I respect it. Check it or respect it, what they say, baby. Check it or respect it is what they say. Ooh, okay. I like this one, Black and Yellow Texas still. Shout out to you. He says Roman Wilson needs to touch paint. Man, that would be awesome, man. Not just for the offense, but for Roman specifically, man. Get his confidence right. Whenever you talk about a young guy, man, who's had to miss time due to injury, you already know that, getting those guys to believe, getting those guys to have that self-confidence, it's a little bit more of a challenge, because we are, as athletes, man, our mood goes as our performance goes a lot of times, man. So that's why when you see us have success, we're usually in a way better mood. When we struggle, it's like, it kills us, because it's like, this ain't right. This ain't how it's supposed to be. So for Roman, I thought it was a huge step in the right direction for him last week, man, having production, man. I love the fact they went to him on the first play. Get involved, young man. We're not waiting for you. We're not hiding you, man. We want you to be here. We want you to be great. We not, now let's go. So like, I love that part. But to me, man, I'm like, a touchdown for Roman, it would be massive for his confidence, man, massive for his belief in himself. And we've even heard at times with Aaron Rodgers talking about how he's kind of looking for that approval, so to speak, man. It's like, man, when you start just having so much success, so much production, it gives you so much self-validation that you no longer care about what others have to tell you. You no longer are looking for somebody to tell you that you're doing good. You know you're doing good. You know you're killing it, man. And for me, looking at Roman, it's like, man, what you did last week was nice, but you touched paint this week. He's going to be feeling way more confidence in himself, and that's only going to help his craft as he continues going forward, man. So definitely like that, man. Definitely like that. Shout out to XABGZ. Nah, shout out to you, baby. I like it. Sometimes I geek when the research hit. Y'all know how that go, man. Shout out. But anywho, since I can't wait to see Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka against our guys. I can't either. I'm actually glad that both of those guys are playing, man. Shout out to Todd Bowles playing his guys, man. We know that that's not the case with us. We got certain dudes, man, that we not messing around with that. But for us, man, it's going to be good reps, man. Guys like JPJ, you want to see him compete against these guys. Brandon Eccles, Beanie Bishop. You want to see when they get these matchups. These are the guys, right? And to me, this matters more than training camp. This matters more than a practice setting. This matters more than an OTA, because it's like, these are actual game settings where if you get beat, it could be a touchdown. And it matters a little bit more. When all them cameras are on you and we got that footage where everybody can see you, all 32 teams, it matters a little bit more. And that's the part where it's like, how do you handle those situations? Are you still able to breathe, remain calm, keep your heart rate nice, slow, and calm? Or are you one of those dudes who's panicking? Oh my God, it's Mike Evans. That's Mr. 1000 yard receiver. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is that a Macabuca? Whew, man, that's Ohio State right there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nah, you ain't got time for that. They put their pants on just like you do, right? So that's the part where you got to be able to lock in and trust who you are as a player, trust who you are as an athlete, and go out there, man, and get it how you live. You know how it goes, man. But that's the beauty of it, though, man. You can't be great unless you got great competition. All right. That's the one thing I will say, man. You whoop them on all the bums you want to. Nobody cares about that. That doesn't get remembered. You start beheading these monsters. Yeah. We all remember a good Demon Slayer now. All right. So shout out. Let's see. Seeing some more Mount Washington. Okay. Shout out the Vong one-ups. Shout out. But he says, my man is trying to see Mount Washington again. And I do agree with you there, baby. Let's get it. Ooh, now this is filthy. Josiah Williams. Shout out to you, Josiah. And if y'all digging what we on today, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. But he says Mark Robinson and Connor Heyward in a power eye on short yardage. That's what he wants to see. Arthur Smith, you heard what the request is from Josiah Williams. All right. Come on, Arthur Smith. We ain't asking for too much. Low key, that sounds like a car crash, though. Oh my gosh. Mark Robinson at fullback, Connor Heyward. Is Connor toting the rock? He got to be toting the rock. Or are we doing old school? All right, give me the old school. Mark Robinson, Connor, and then we're going to give it to Caleb's. All right, he's the last one coming out the backfield. All right. But no, man, I can definitely dig that, though. I want to hate that. I definitely want to hate that. And to me, I've already said this. They've teased me with the Mark Robinson fullback reps. Don't tease me like that, man. Don't tease me with a good time. You did that with me with Kendrick Green. I got excited, and then you broke my heart. I never saw it in the game, and then you released him a couple of weeks later. Don't do that to me again. Mark Robinson, to me, get that man an opportunity, man. Get that man an opportunity because I know he's going to go out there and crank something, man. You let Mark Robinson lead block through an A gap and B gap, something going night-night. I could already see it. I'm like, yo, that's all gas, no brakes. All right? I would love it. I'm all for it, man. So we will see, though, man. We will see. But shout out. All right. And it looks like my dog is getting set up, man. So we're going to let him get all the way activated. Let me get my headphones in. Because, yeah. I'm always excited to talk to my dog and them. You know that. Let's see. All righty. What else are we looking for? All right. You know what? I think my dog is ready, so it's time. Let's pull my dog on the stage real quick.
Like that.
Let my dog get active real quick, man. How my dog living over here, man? You Gucci, bro. You look amazing, man. My dog on campus getting his walk on, man. What's the word with you, baby? How you?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. You know.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Now you got me feeling real official when you walking with the. I see the Norfolk State. Let's go, man. My dog got me hype over here, man. So look, I ain't gonna kill a whole bunch of time because, like I said, I know you on the grind right now. I know you over here getting active, Mr. Defensive Coordinator. All right,
my dog.
But I'm gonna drop a quick intro and we're gonna get this thing popping and percolating. All right. So for those of you that don't know, we are joined right now by that former Pittsburgh Steeler linebacker, that West Virginia Mountaineer. You know it's almost 7 there.
Almost heaven.
The former locker mate, my mother effing locker mate, and the current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. Behold the green and the gold, you know that. But I'm talking about Terence Garvin, aka TG, my dog. So first off, man, like I said, great to see you, man. Appreciate you taking some time to jump on with us too today, all right? But we got action, man. The boys been having joint practices with the Bucs past couple of days. How you feeling about the joint practice situation, man? What's your energy on joint practices, man? Talk to me here.
You know, I'm all for joint practices because I think it's a chance to go hit somebody else. But I think the only thing that's tough about joint practices is it's typically a fight. It's typically WrestleMania, you know? So I'm all for joint practices if we can have a good, good joint practice. But when we start getting into WrestleMania and it's, I got to show my loyalty and I got to show who I'm with, that gets a little weird. But I haven't
Hey
heard
man, I
about no
wasn't throwing for you.
brawls.
I was throwing for the black and the gold, bro. I don't know why
Man,
you
I
acting
went
like that,
for,
bro.
I'm throwing for the blue shirts, man. You know what
Come
time it
on,
is.
bro. You know what it is.
You know what time it is, man. I'm throwing for the guys, man. Uh, I'm interested. Like I haven't heard too many fights. It seems like it's gonna be a brawl. Somebody has a brawl somewhere,
Mhm.
somewhere. But I haven't heard about no brawl, so it seems good. It seems like they're getting good practices. I think the thing about joint practices as a player, you got to remember, it's about the games. Like the practices are super important, but this is a lesson I learned. It's about the games. Like you go out there, you give them your best
The lesson
move.
I learned.
Yeah, man, you give them your best move on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Or what? Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. Oh, oh, I lost for a second. He coming back. He coming back. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. All right, all right, all right. Oh, there you go. All right, he back. He back in the building. I see you. I was like, yo, he froze for a second, man.
My
But
dog, you
yeah.
lost me.
All right. I'm
Man.
back now. I got you. I see you. We solid now. So yeah. So you were telling us about when you in these joint practices, pacing yourself, right? Because you said, man, by the time you drop that move on Tuesday in practice, Wednesday, talk to me, man. What's going on by the time we get to
They
Thursday, man?
they sitting on it on Thursday. So in the game, at the preseason game, they done seen your best two moves. You done gave them your move. They done seen it. They waiting on it. Now they sitting waiting back for you to work your move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So don't give your whole bag in the first, but you still gotta win your reps. But it's just
You gotta win the rep. But that's hard
gotta
though,
win your
isn't it though?
reps.
Because how do you, from your perspective, weigh that man game tempo versus practice tempo, even though I'm going against out of towners? These ain't my team, these ain't my guys. But
For
like you
sure.
said, man, if I drop too much out here, then when it really matters, I ain't got that no more, man. So how do
For
you
sure.
maneuver that situation, man?
I think, and I mean, you could say like everybody got film, we gonna know your moves and whatnot, but I think it's different. You getting to feel the move, like you getting to
Mm-hmm.
feel the move on Tuesday. You get to feel it on Wednesday. It's not like it's gonna drastically change by
No.
Saturday, So I mean, it's just tough, because you got to put your
No.
best foot forward. You got to get to Wednesday,
I'm about
like
to say, cause
Wednesday's
think
that
about it,
problem,
bro. Yeah. You start coming out that
So
joint, not putting hot tape out there, what they gonna say then, man?
yeah, you won't see Wednesday. So the goal is to see the next day anyway. So it's like you just gotta go out there and put it on tape every play. Like, man, I
No.
don't care if you know the move. I'm still gonna give you the move with the counter that I didn't give you on Tuesday. Like, so you.
No. No, I like that. Now, going into this game, man, we obviously know last week a lot of guys were ruled out, right? Won't play. So this week, Coach Somlin, he got a list. It ain't as long, but he got a list this week. All right. So
Okay.
guys who won't play this week: Aaron Rodgers,
For sure.
DK Metcalf,
For sure.
Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay,
No.
TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Patrick Queen, Chris Boswell, and Cam Heyward. So those
Okay.
dudes who aren't gonna play this week,
So
all
that's
right?
just the varsity. That's the
That's it.
varsity. It
That's
done
it.
slipped down a little bit though.
Yeah. So
Yeah, some
you
good
got
players
JPJ
playing.
out there, you gonna have Herbig out there, you gonna have Soy out there, you gonna have all the old line out there. You got pretty much all the guys that are healthy.
You
Now,
still
some of the
got
injury
Peyton.
caveats, yeah, Peyton's gonna be out there. Injury
5-5 gonna be
caveats,
out there.
absolutely, absolutely. All of that's out there. You won't Corey Trice more than likely not, and Calvin Austin more than likely right now not looking good, just because they're
Okay.
leaking oil. But other than that, it's like everybody else healthy should see him out there,
For a
man.
long time, man. He been having an injury bug, been biting him for a minute, man.
You talking about who you talking about? Who you say? You said Corey? Who you say?
I said Corey been kind of beat up for a
Oh,
long time, and that injury bug been biting him
yeah,
for a few minutes now. Seemed like he just
yeah.
trying to shake that off. Big corner, good size, but just kind of
Mm-hmm.
the best abilities availability. You know.
And it is getting to that point where it's like all right, you missed 1 year, now you miss another, now you leaking oil. At what point does the potential, no longer outweigh your availability?
Yeah, at what
Because
point are
that's
you
kind
beat
of been
us?
his knock, right? Yeah. And we know it's a deep room right now, too. When you're talking about the big three, we know Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, JPJ. We feel great about them. But then from there, it's like, yo, you still got a Brandon Eccles, 26, right? Who we said played well last week. You got Beanie
Yeah,
Bishop, 4 picks last year, man. Tough.
yeah.
Right. And then you still got a James Pierre who also is in that, has been a starter at some point, has had some roles as a rotational dude, special teams guy. So it's like, man, these are all the guys that Corey still has to
Fight with
essentially surpass, you know what I mean? To take somebody's job.
Mikey Victor in the building too.
Oh, yeah,
Shout out
yeah. Shout
Mike.
out to Mike. I forgot that. Yeah, but
You
because we
know
just
what I'm
signed
saying?
him. That was a couple days ago.
Big corner,
Absolutely. Big
big corner
another,
with some
yeah.
feet. So, which is a similar body type, and you know how that goes. Sometimes it's rolls, but it's
But it
kind of
makes you
like
wonder, why did they bring that in response
the,
to
the
the
body
big
type.
body corner? Yeah.
So interesting. Like, don't know what he was doing before he got hurt, whether he was catching attention,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's above in the classroom, so I'm sure he's well there. But it's kind of like just that injury bug, man. The best ability is availability, but
Yeah.
that corner room is also very deep. That DB room as a whole is deep, you know.
I'm about to
So,
say, man, it's a lot of names, a lot of action over there, man.
so excited to see this group. This is almost like the next group,
Mhm.
We got 5-5 out there, Holcomb. Um, you know, we'll get a Peyton out there. I always start with the defense, but we'll get
Come
all
on,
that out
man.
there.
Come on
You
now.
know,
Yeah.
we still gonna get. Let me get it right. Yeah.
Why? Yeah, you was close though. You was close. You was close this time. Why? You was close
I'm
this time, bro.
getting there.
You go
But
by the time it's
I'm gonna
time.
get
Oh,
it.
you gonna be ready, bro. You gonna be ready, bro.
Why? Yeah. We
Why?
we
Yeah,
get to see
yeah,
that again.
yeah. He moved some
You
people.
know,
He looked alright, bro.
I thought he had a good game. I'm excited to see his response game. How did you get better through the
Mm.
week? Excited to see what he does. Of course, the first
TG, I thought
rounder,
if you
man.
played well last week, you automatically play well this week. What you mean, bro?
That's not how
Yeah,
it goes.
that ain't how
Let
I
me.
go. If I played
How,
good last week, of course I play good this week, bro.
how'd
Yeah.
you respond in practice? Did you grow in practice? They ready for that move now. Let's get ready for this move. I told you we done
Yeah.
practiced together these last 2 days. I'm
Yeah.
sitting on that. I'm sitting on that. That
You know what?
swim
That
move.
stutter bull ain't happening no more, bro. You done
Come
stutter
on, we
bull me
can't.
all week, bro.
Oh
No,
wait.
no.
So just how do you react to that? Just excited to see, just another day in the stadium. Like,
Yeah.
how does it operate? We can't malfunction. Just do you do the things that you do on Tuesday and Wednesday? Will you do that
Hmm.
on Thursday? Or what you did on Wednesday and Thursday? Can you bring that to the stadium and just perform that this weekend? Like
Hmm.
you don't have to do nothing you didn't regularly do, but let me see you not malfunction. Like there's
Yeah.
don't malfunction.
And this one at the crib too, man. Is there any
For sure.
added feeling or any added juice to it being at Acrisure Stadium versus last week where it was on the road, right?
I think you always want to put on a show at the stadium. You always want to protect the building,
Hmm.
protect the house, pride of the house. That's like rules of teams and whatnot. Coach T always used to say everything runs through Pittsburgh. So I'm sure
Gotta go through
they take
Pittsburgh. You know that.
gotta go through Pittsburgh. So I'm sure he take great pride in whether it's a preseason game or exhibition game or the standard's
Hmm.
the standard. Like Coach T want to win the coin toss, so the standard's the standard. So it's like,
Swear, bro.
yeah,
Swear.
like
My
don't
man
nothing,
with all that, bro. He like, yo, all
yeah,
that. All that.
don't
Everything
nothing,
come here.
nothing changed but the day. Like if we're in the stadium, we're trying to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. Now, with that though, man, how long we playing our guys? How long you want to see the guys out there, man? We said the main varsity dudes we know aren't going to play, but we still got some quality dudes that are going to take some snaps in this game, man, that we are going to
For
be
sure,
leaning on come regular season, right? We
for
talked about
sure.
the JPJ, right? We talked about, your Beanies, your Broderick's, your O-line, right? Your Caleb Johnsons. But if it's up to you, man, how long you want to see the guys playing out there, man?
I mean, I see him every day. We get a good quarter. good
And you
quarter.
having
Maybe
joint
start.
practices right now. And you had joint practices the past 2 days
Yeah,
with the Bucks too.
I think everybody's situation is different. Whether it's this
Ooh,
guy or this
okay.
guy, everybody's situation is
Okay.
different. But in general, like a good quarter for the most part. How does the body feel throughout the week? Are you a guy? Are you Broderick a little bit beat up? I might just need a drive. Are you, you know,
Okay.
are you young KJ?
Okay. All right. All right. All right. You trying to push this nickname? Caleb Johnson
Yeah,
is who he's referred to, ladies and gents.
man. If you're young KJ, you probably
Yeah.
gonna be in there about a quarter and a half. It's a
Now,
little bit
I
different.
will say, Coach Thomas specifically said he wanted to see a smoother performance from Caleb Johnson this week. All right, so just want to throw that out there.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he
Yeah,
gonna touch paint this week for
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
If
At the
if
crib.
I'm a
At
betting
the crib.
man and I'm putting in I'm putting
Yeah.
it in, Caleb Johnson will touch paint this
I
weekend. This
like
will
it.
be the weekend.
I
Yeah.
like it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You making me feel some nostalgia, man. I done walked them halls before. I'm like, yo, I done been there,
Man,
bro.
that's you.
I done been there.
Man,
I know
back
you
in
were
the
there.
lab, like
Behold the green and gold, bro. I done been there. Hey, yo.
we made it.
Let's
We
go,
made it.
bro. I'm like, yo,
You
I know that place.
know where we're at.
I've
You know where
walked in there
we're at.
before, all right? I've been in there, bro. That's the lab. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know how we
I
got it.
love
Like,
it,
we're
bro.
here.
I love it, bro. Football is back, bro. We back, man. God, I feel the energy. I'm looking. I got the whiteboard in the background, man. Take me through a lesson. Hey, go on, TG. I'm
You
trying to
know,
get downhill on
like,
something, man. What's up?
like we're
Dog.
mode now. We're here.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I like it. All right, all right. Now we obviously don't miss some other headlines that's been coming up surrounding the squad, man. Shoot, since the last time we talked, good old Cam Heyward, right? As soon as we got done with the show on Monday, I shot you the text. No, actually, you shot me the text where he had, his media scrum, and he
That's the interview.
basically was saying that, yeah, he's open to sitting out games
That's the
if it comes
interview.
to that.
I
My
told you he
man
sounds a
said,
little bit upset this time. Like
yeah, yeah.
we've had little,
I told you last year when I
yeah.
signed that I'm gonna come back when I'm all pro, and this is what we're doing.
And we're here now.
Yeah,
It's like, what are we doing? It feels a little. It definitely feels a little upset.
yeah. What's your energy, baby? Talk to me.
Man, I would love us to fix this. I'm all about keeping that defense happy right now. Like I think it's all there. I think it's a lot of good pieces on it. I would love to see it just put together. But he seems a little upset. A little upset.
Just a little bit upset. Yeah.
I think they'll sort it out though. It might not come at the number that he might be per se looking for because he did drop a lot of facts. Like I'm 42nd, I'm 60. Like you could tell he's
See it, right? You see it.
he's going in there detailed. He done did his homework.
Instead of the 18th highest paid, of the 30-something highest paid this, but my numbers reflect this. I'm like, you
and
legit.
he got somebody he looking for. He got a certain. I gotta
like
be above
this,
that.
that guy there, and. When you heard the names we named off last time. We both said the same thing. Yeah, bro. It's maybe two dudes on that list. Yeah,
always playing devils. They're all younger than him in a sense.
Yeah, and that's real.
That's the only thing where it's like you can't really, because it's a rule and it's a law. Like don't compare and all that. But it's like in terms of the business, you can compare and contrast. But it's it's different. Like every situation is legitimately different, and that they're all got different situations.
But for the listener, right? That doesn't necessarily understand the contracts, doesn't necessarily understand all the nuance. And they're just simply saying at the root of it, age regardless. When I turn on this game and I see this is the guy that's making the plays from this position, why should I not want him because he's older than this guy, but he's more productive than this guy? Like just in that simple case, right? Because it's like we wouldn't say that we want the guy who's 26 who only has 4 sacks. Nah, we want Cam. Even though Cam is at 36, right? We can look at even the young players we drafted. It's like they're younger, maybe even on the right side of it from a health standpoint, but we don't look at any of them and feel like, man, their production is going to equate to Cam Heyward's right now.
Right, but it's kind of like that's almost like the LeBron effect, Yeah, where it's like LeBron, I'm still elite, I'm still the best out here per se, but. We're not going to give LeBron $200 million right now. You know what I mean? the thing could stop at any time. It's the same with Cam. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
Father Nature, or Father
Father time, yeah,
Time's undefeated.
yeah.
And at some point, it's like Cam's took him to the 12th round for sure.
I'm
You know
like,
what I'm
bro,
saying?
Cam has already exceeded that. Three
Man,
years ago, he wasn't supposed to be doing this.
man. And like
Yeah.
he's had in a 4 eye for years. Like he's been in three.
Mm-hmm.
Like he done seen doubles. His
Mm-hmm.
move is the bull rush. Like you would
Yeah.
not like, it's kind of like physicality's been his staple to
Mm-hmm.
still hang on. In the sense like he's like the Hulk at an old age.
But
Like, it's like you could
yeah,
say at some point it will wear down. But it's like
yeah.
that's where the Steeler vision is, where it's like, hey, is this the time where it
Oh, we gonna
wears
be choking
down?
here.
Or yeah, like do
Mm-hmm.
we slow it down now? What's going on?
Yeah.
What,
And we did see
man,
them last year reduce his participation, right?
for
He went
sure.
from playing close to 90% of the snaps to only playing 70% of the snaps.
And I'm sure
But
after
the
argument
production,
went up,
but the production went up. So
but
it's
I
like,
saved
I
you
gave
though.
you 70%, but I gave you first team all pro.
So everybody's right. We're both right.
It's
You
like,
know, it's
you
just
took it off
who's
my plate. I gave you first team
yeah.
all pro. So what you said? Yeah.
Mm. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they drafted a first
First
rounder
team all
there.
pro is tough, TG.
First
You
team's
know
all
this,
pros,
bro.
but they drafted a first rounder there. And the
They
business of
did.
football's still there. They went
Mm-hmm.
and got one last year where he was second rounder, third
Yeah.
rounder type.
Uh-huh.
Like they've been trying to dig at that
They've been
position.
tapping in it, man. You
Hmm
even going back to DeMarvin Leal, if you think about it, they've
Yeah,
been tapping in that position.
because that was supposed
Yeah.
to be that.
All
You
right.
know,
It was
so
Leal and Loudermilk. Then from
hmm
there, they brought over Montravius Adams, signed him, right?
hmm
Then they brought in Larry Ogunjobi,
five
right?
seven,
Paid him. Yeah.
hey five
Uh-huh.
seven. I
Yeah.
salute the
Come
five
on,
sevens.
bro.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. So
Uh-huh. And now they went right back, like you said, man. Keanu
drafted one.
Benton. Now you go get Derek Carmen and YA. It's like, yo,
Like
y'all
I'm
tapping
clearly
into
trying to
them.
get in
Y'all,
this
yeah, y'all
spot,
shooting in it. Yeah.
and it's like you're surviving it. How long do we keep the story going? I think it's a little bit of that, but it's just business. It's so much more
Yeah.
business too, and it's like he's
Mhm.
such a productive player. I felt what he said, and you got to listen to him. Where he's like, "I just want to be valued for what I do on and off the field. I do a lot
On
on and off."
and off.
Yeah, you gotta listen to him. You gotta listen. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, like, man, these McDonald's,
See, it's
McDonald house. I got
consistent.
man of the
Hey,
year two
come
years
on,
ago.
bro.
Like,
Consistent, bro.
what we doing? I know I done
Consistent.
got all the in-house awards.
And I'm all pro on top of that.
Come
Like I'm
on,
not
we up
just I'm
here.
not just a good guy. I got the all pro with. I'm like active all pro. Like we ain't talking
Yep.
all pro from a year or 2 years ago. Like currently first team all
Gotta
pro, bro.
respect it. Gotta respect
What
it.
what decline? Where's the decline? Where's the drop off? And I
You
think,
gotta respect it.
yeah. I
Gotta
mean, I'm with
respect
you
it.
though, man. I do think common ground should be met, should be found. Because
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not saying you pay Cam top 5
Everything.
D tackle money. We ain't saying that, but
It's
to get him
something.
in the top 10, we not
Something.
like that's a $5 million difference. That
You
range is
gotta
what we're
take them out
talking about. You know what I
take them
mean?
out to
Yeah.
dinner. Let's have a good talk.
Come on,
Let-
man.
let's figure out a decent number that
Get my
don't
man a
kill
nice,
you.
get him a nice
Don't
bottle of something, man.
come on,
Take it.
man.
Yeah, come on, man. Scratch each
We
other's
need
back real quick.
just
Yeah.
give me a number that don't kill you and it
Yeah.
don't kill me.
Look.
Let's get
You might want 6. Can I give you 2.5 to 3?
I'll give you
Right? And
three.
a nice bottle of something sweet. All right, come on, man.
I'll give you
I,
three. I'll tell you going in the hall.
you know what I'm
We
saying? Ahead of
good.
time. Like you first
Yeah.
ballot ahead of time. Yeah.
We
As soon as
telling
your
you,
time is up, you in there. Yeah.
give me a little discount. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on. In
That's
fact,
all.
you want to park next to Mr. Rooney? I'll let you park in the front.
We'll sort that out.
We get all that. We get all them details
Give me a
worked out. All
little
right. We
discount.
get all the details worked out. All the
Give me a
details worked
little
out, bro.
discount. And we'll sort this out.
Hey, look, you don't want to show for that 8 o'clock. You want it at 9? You come with the 9. We can work.
Give me a
I got some
little
workarounds for you.
discount. And
I
we
got
can
some
sort
workarounds
this
for
out.
you. We
I'm
can
with
do some workarounds. We can do some
I'm with
workarounds, bro. All right, that's how it works. Look, hey, salute, man. But like you said, man, from the player side, yeah, we feel like that obviously, makes the most sense for him. And from the organization side, finding that kind of common ground where they're not killing themselves either or committing too much long-term money. We get that part also, man. And I think that's what makes this so unique and such a touchy subject right now, man. But I'm just like, please don't settle no games. All right. Nobody wins if Cam is sitting out. That's I don't think anyone's winning if he sits out, man. All righty. But other things though, in terms of a roster potential movement, I don't know if you saw, but Sports Illustrated, man, they had a conversation with a high-end wide receiver from our time frame, man. He had a pseudo fake retirement on social media a couple days ago, and then it was shown that it wasn't the case. But I'm talking Odell Beckham Jr., right?
Sure.
OBJ obviously said that he's had conversation with Aaron Rodgers, loves Aaron Rodgers, loves Coach Tomlin, has not ruled out a potential, joining of the black and the gold. But want to get your thoughts though, man.
I've
Since
been saying that
he
name this whole
I
summer,
know
bro.
you have, but he just dropped it again. He's on record saying this now.
I've been saying that
But
name
we
all
also had a
summer.
chance to see a game in terms of our preseason receivers as well, man. So what's your
I
energy right now?
love that name. I've been saying it all summer for the reason of simply I go back and I remember they wanted to make that thing happen in Green
Mm-hmm.
Bay. And it was a big deal when he was trying to leave in Green Bay. Like I'm like, that could happen here. It's a little older, a little cheaper. Everything could
Yeah.
be just winning. I think it's scary. I think he's scary because it's star studded in here. You don't want to turn it into the
Mm-hmm.
Rams, even though the Rams won the Super Bowl.
They
It's
did.
still like it's star studded
Shoot,
in here,
you had
man.
Ramsey and OBJ there too together.
It's star studded in here,
Mm-hmm.
man. It's a DK in here. It's a
It's who's whoish.
Odell in here.
It's
It's a
who's whoish right now,
PQ in
bro.
here. It's a Cam that's like I
We
want
don't even
mine,
we don't even talk TJ like that because it's homegrown, but it's
man.
like you got TJ, bro. That's a
TJ's still
whole
here.
rock star,
That's
bro. Like
here.
what? That's
That's the
here.
that's the
Yeah,
last one to come out the tunnel. Like it still
that's
is what it
here.
is.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like
like Jalen, you
whoa.
coming out before us. Like
Yeah.
TJ comes out last. Like
I
it
don't
is
care
what it
what you
is.
say, Jalen.
It
You're
is
not
what it
going up
is.
before that.
Nah, so,
That's the lead singer. That's Michael Jackson. You feel
for
me?
sure,
That's Michael Jackson. Don't ever get it twisted, bro. Yeah, don't get that twisted, bro. That boy bad.
for sure.
Yeah,
So it's
you
like,
know what it is.
man, it's just in that time with all these names, with all this, I think that could scare you a little bit with the
Mhm.
name, with the presence. But I'm still team. I think that's a good one. I think that's one you don't have to do right now though. Like even though it's funny, you don't have to,
Okay.
you can sit on that and let this first week or two develop and let's see what it is. And if I need that piece, like I think I do, if Calvin don't get healthy,
Mhm.
if Roman's not getting open how I want it, let's go get it. And I'm sure it'll be there, it'll be available, it'll be healthy, be ready to go, and it should be eager to play football.
I agree with all of that. My only pushback is this
Okay.
continuity. How long until, or how much time do you think it needs to get on the same page with the Arthur Smith scheme, with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback? Obviously, he might like Rodgers, but he's never played with Rodgers, right? We don't even know his relationship with Arthur Smith and how he might feel he can, fit in this offense and vice versa. So, how much time do you think that needs to kind of get sorted out? Because that's kind of how I look at the preseason. But it seems like you kind of got a little bit different of a timeline on you right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, you remember there was a time where it was talking about, man, just let me come for the playoffs,
You
you
remember that,
know?
right?
And I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm
You for
sure
sure said that.
yeah, I'm sure it loves football more in a sense where it's like I'm not moving like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I do need continuity, as you say, but like the league's a marathon, man. You know,
Yeah.
like week two ain't nothing but
Swear, bro.
we still we talking about we still got
Oh,
20
bro,
something
you
weeks we
get to
gonna have to
week
do it.
6, you be like, bro, we ain't there. We ain't even halfway yet.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
Yeah.
18 of these. You know, we ain't
Yeah.
gotten the playoffs. We ain't made no
18.
runs.
Yeah.
We might
18 off
got
the strength.
22 weeks more left.
Okay. And that's
So
after you done already had to get it out the mud preseason wise. So yeah, that's real.
I think it's still plenty of time to bond.
Okay.
And bring it together. Need be if that's the
Yeah.
case. Just got to see what you got first, though. You know how it is.
But
Yeah,
outside of seeing what you have first in house, is that first option still in terms
I
of you were
think
to
that's
go
a
out
heavy
house?
option. I think that's
Heavy
a
okay.
heavy. Yeah, I
Heavy
think that's a
option. All
heavy
right.
option.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
have to trade for it. You don't have to do a lot.
That's what I'm
You can just
saying. Yeah.
call it in, bring it in, grab it.
Mhm. Now, last year wasn't the most productive or the most available, right?
For sure.
Year before that, ended up about close to 600 receiving yards, played in 14 games. We would say decent wide receiver 2 stats, right? But understanding, between last year where it was very, very down for him, and then a year where he gives you around 600 receiving yards, how much do you still think he has remaining though? Because some people feel like he's washed. Some people are in the chat, they like, yo, Odell is washed at this stage, man. Like, it ain't that anymore. But then
I
you
mean,
still
I
got
think he's
some
still
that kind of
dangerous
feel
though.
different though. Yeah.
Still a football player.
Okay.
Still dangerous. Still somebody can
Yeah.
run, athletic. Still can run.
Yeah.
Good hands. I'm still there. Might not be your number one, but I'm still dangerous. At
All
any
right.
time, I'm still dangerous. I know how to win. I've been on a Super Bowl team, but I've been on very good teams. Like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
league guy. I've been around for a long time. I think that's a good pick. It's not a bad pick. And if it hurts you, you can get rid of it. Like,
Also true.
you
Ain't
know,
no guaranteed money with that either, man.
yeah,
So yeah. Yeah.
at any point.
Shoot, low key, now that I just said the guarantee part, they might wait till after week 1 to sign him just to make sure everything is all the way solid. Because if you sign him obviously before week 1, he on that roster week 1, money guaranteed for the year, they might not want to deal with that. So
Mhm.
some options there. Respect on that. Respect on that. All right. Well, shoot, man. Last thing I'm gonna have for you before we get up out of here, because like I said, man, we are getting towards the back end of this thing. We're gonna see one Sanders in stadium, right? In terms of Shiloh,
Yeah.
Buccaneers playing. That'll be fun. They saying up in the air though, not looking too good for your boy Shador right
Is that
now.
what they saying? He not gonna make it?
Yeah, man. They saying unlikely, man. They saying Dylan Gabriel's supposed to get the, we get the nod over there more than likely right now, man. So if that is the case, just want to get your thoughts on, man, what you anticipating seeing from Dylan Gabriel, and if there's anything he can
Nah.
do. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Yeah,
it, bro.
people
I
want to
feel
see it. We came to see that. You know?
it. Talk to me. He's
We came to see that. We came to see that. We want to see the wrist. We want to see the show. But,
I'm gonna say your check. I'm gonna see that way. Yeah.
but I
Come
mean,
on, man.
that's okay. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not looking to expect nothing. Like I'm not going in there looking to expect anything. I think it's, I think,
My dog
like,
said I'm a Shador fan. All right,
yeah, I
so
think it turned back
I'm
in the
not wishing
preseason.
Dylan to not do good, but I ain't
Yeah,
tripping
I
on
hope he
whatever he
ball.
doing.
I hope he play well. I hope he throw well. I think now it turns back into preseason. I think that last game turned into, man, is this a playoff game? Like, I
It
gotta go
felt
see
it felt
12.
real. It felt
It felt
real.
like Cam
Yeah,
Saturdays. It
it
felt like, yo, I
felt
gotta go home to
real.
see it. I need to see what
Mm-hmm.
he do.
It
You know,
felt
he
real.
do got that effect. Like,
Yeah.
I need to see what he do. Um, now I feel like, all
So
right,
you ain't pressed for
when he
Dylan
coming
Gabriel.
back? Like,
That's
it felt like
crazy.
that. It feel like when
I thought
you
so.
know,
He said, "Oh, so I'm free this weekend. All right, bet. When
yeah,
he coming
when he
back? Then
coming
I'm
back?
all right. I booked the calendar for next week.
I
Then all
catch the
right.
next one. For sure. Who they play
Jeez.
next type? Like or let's see it in the season. Let's get to that part.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Okay. Because I was like, yo, man, how's everybody feeling about Dylan Gabriel right now, man? Because obviously she do it with the hype and everything, but I respect it, man. I respect what I say. I'm good on that one, man. I'm good. But shoot, man. What you got, man? Anything left before we get up out of this day, baby?
Man, run to the ball, man. Just get to the ball.
There it
Whatever
is.
level you at,
There it
whether it's
is.
high school, college, the league, man, run to the ball. Run to the ball. All
Always
young
run
boys
to
out
the
there,
ball.
man, run to the ball, man. That's the key. That's a nice nugget for the people, man. TJ runs to the ball. Cam runs to the ball. Run to the ball.
There it is right there,
There
ladies
you
and
go.
gents. There it is
Hold
right
that.
there. My dog, appreciate you as always. Make sure y'all run into the ball and make sure you get your young boys out there running to the ball
Run
as
to the
well,
ball. If
man.
you know
All right.
somebody that's not running to the ball, tell
Yeah.
them to run to the ball, man.
Listen, change of speed is a loaf. Just
It's a
remember
love.
that.
It's a
Change of
love.
speed is a loaf. I ain't
We
got
don't have
time for
time for
none of
that.
that, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Appreciate you as always, my dog. I'll let you peace, baby. Shout out right there to TG, Terence Garvin, defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University and former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, my teammate. As always, hit the like button if y'all enjoyed him and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Shout out, shout out. Always good when we catch it with my dog, man, while he in his workflow. Oh, and Tito, man, when I tell you I had it saved right here to say it, and I forgot. All right, so I'm gonna just text my dog. All right, I'm gonna just text him. Yo, I forgot to tell you, man. The homie Tito said this. All right, I'm gonna just shoot the text because I totally forgot. All right, I had my phone right here by my leg the whole time, and I blacked out. I'm sorry, I blacked out. All right, I got a lot going on. I'll be over here trying to produce, trying to make sure all the graphics and everything be sounding right, moving right, and I dropped the ball. I did it. That's on me. Players mess up. I messed up, player. I did. But I'm back. I'm back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, get right. Take these headphones out. See, Hey, go, man. Tito, I was really over here like I had it prepped up. And you would have been proud of me, Tito. I had it prepped. I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna forget this one. I got the phone right here. We ready to roll. Golly. Golly. I'll be better next time. All right. I'll be better next time. But anywho, I know, stall me out, X Concepts, stall me out. I know it's my fault, man. I know I dropped the ball. All right. I dropped the ball. But I got it saved though. All right. Remember it. I ain't seeking no comfort. I'm gonna get him right. Promise I'm getting right. Jeez. But I did see where not this one. Where we are right here. Jaron Pittsburgh Steelers for life says, are we doing picks this year? Yes, we are. Quick update. On that. Obviously, the format I'm working through because in the past it was just me and Deke doing them, and we were in studio all the time. So this go around, man, I am actually in the process of connecting with the team because I actually want to do something, not the Steelers team, but like, you know, the guys and gals that we doing all our media content with, and doing a don't cross the most media team type pool, you know what I mean? Where it's, you know, me, David Dupree, aka DD Smalls, right? Terence Garvin, TG, Tyler Candelaria, Mark Bergen, throw Tanisha in there, of course, and you can't forget Dom. Right, Don Farrell does the graphic stuff like that in the background. But yeah, man, I'm contemplating, man, how I want to do that, man. Whether it's them sending the stuff into me, and you know, I come up here and read them off, show cool graphics, or you know what, I'm not sure just yet. But I got 2 more weeks to figure it out before the regular season officially gets here. So, all right. I got that kind of is loaded. It's in the works, but it's loading. All right. So I'm gonna get that figured out, man. But I'm torn because I'm like, yo, I want to do stuff like that with the squad, but then I also want to do stuff that deals with the fans, right? With the chat, man, keeping that more interactive as well, whether it's a fan pool every week where we say, okay, we put up the poll and, you know, we do something around that, whether it's, all right, 5 games in, you know, or 10 games, however many games we're going to pick per slate, and we let y'all do it as a poll. All right, how many people vote that we think this team is going to win the matchup? Well, boom, that's the one that the fan vote is, and kind of go that way. So, like I said, man, I got some stuff I'm contemplating, I'm working through the lab on. Because, like I said, man, we always got to have fun in here. What's the point of us doing it if we ain't going to have a good time, baby? All right. So, that's, like I said, the mindset with it. But we about to get it right, man. We about to get it right. But, Tito, you funny. You see, you about to be a corporation in a minute. Look, man, I got a little small unit over here. We just building out, all right? A little small group of you know, people that they've been looked over a little bit, just trying to make a little hay out here. Let the people know we here to make a little noise in the Steelers YouTube section, all right? And so far, so good, man. We've carved out a nice little foothold in these past, you know, 6 years or so. So, you know, let's see what these next couple years got in the docket with some of these new faces that are going to be joining the squad, all right? But, you know, that's the energy with it, man. That's the energy. But with that being the case, hopefully everyone enjoyed today's show. As I'm going through my notes, make sure I did not forget anything. And of course, I did not forget anything. So salute to that, man. But like I said, man, a couple more announcements on the back end, just for if you were not here at the front end of the show. Got a lot of new content that just dropped on the channel, man. For all my members out there, my upper room members, all right, we do got the new video in there, man. Some behind the scenes content for you. Like I said, man, I will be posting in there on a weekly basis going forward, at least during the season for my members, man. Because like I said, man, y'all been showing a lot of love, and I've been neglecting y'all, so I got y'all. All right, some more fun stuff we will be introducing in that space later on. Also, man. Dropped a new Master Moats film session as well, man, breaking down a couple of the plays that stood out to me from that Steelers Jaguars preseason game, man. So definitely tap into that. Also, man, we had to get that Mark Bergen preview out there as well, man. So definitely already see some of y'all tapping in on that content, man. Mark's been doing an awesome job since joining the family, man. And like I said, man, he dropped this solo video, man, talking about the upcoming Bucs game along with Cam Heyward and, you know, that contract situation that he has going on right now. So definitely tap into that video. And then me and Tanisha, remember, we were up here on Tuesday live, man, dual live streaming it, had a blast with her. Y'all obviously enjoyed that as well. We will be doing that going forward on Tuesdays. And then when the regular season hits, she'll be joining at the end of our Thursday lives as well, man. All right. So make sure y'all tapping into that. And then on the for the social media crowd, my Instagram people, the Arthur Moats Experience, man, we got content over there as well, man. We got giveaways going on over there in terms of the Madden code that we dropped over there, man. So definitely tap into that. And yeah, man, for everything else, man, just stay tuned. You know the website, arthurmoats.com, man. You know if you need to get in touch with me, the email is moatswinners@gmail.com. Everything else, man, stay safe, stay good. But with that being the case, man, that will conclude today's show. So as always, I appreciate you from the heart. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, baby. Peace.